It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A
A
beautiful day
beautiful.
in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be
Good.
mine? I have
Oh,
always wanted to have Giants fans just like you.
man, somebody
Just
stole my
came back
sneakers.
from a long ass trip in NY2. So, voice is a little bit hoarse because I played. Screamed really loud and had a couple of great days. Hope you
Beautiful.
don't mind. Try to be kind. And fuck you if you're not my neighbor. Sorry. What's up, Joe?
Oh, not much. Just reporting draft news as it breaks, as it happens, keeping our viewers informed.
Well, welcome to episode 5 of the Giant Cave podcast. Thank you for being
Yes,
here with us. Don't know where Pat is.
he's coming. He's on his way. So,
Did Miz's
whew,
channel get shut down?
did what?
Did Miz's channel get shut down?
Not that I know of. Why?
Because I got a new request to subscribe to his channel, and he had no subscribers.
I don't know. He's supposed to be jumping on, so we can ask him. Boston Sports Report, what's good? Thank you for tuning in.
What's up, guys? What up, Boston?
I hope you had a nice, safe trip. It's good to see you back.
Yeah,
Looked like you had your batteries recharged. You got to relax a little bit.
yeah. Had a little setback with the boxing documentary thing. That was,
Eh,
but and couldn't see my brother because of his parole situation. But
um,
other than that, I was with
eh,
my sisters and met some cousins and ate some good food.
there you
It's
go.
always good to be around family. So
Yes.
Big
Pat.
Pat was good.
What's going on?
So what did I miss? Big Ash was good, baby. Why you singing gospel songs? What happened? What did I miss?
No, that's the
Oh.
Lil Wayne. Let it all work out.
Oh,
I
okay.
just
I'm
like the
like,
beat.
I said he over here singing.
That's right.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah. How about
Oh, they cry worse than us. It's cool. I like it.
It was literal fans crying. Like
That's why
literally.
I said.
They were
throwing shit
crying
at
like
the
in the
refs.
second quarter.
They were
Yo.
throwing shit at the referees. I was dying.
That's
I
squad.
said, yes, this is beautiful.
Oh man, that was.
beauty
I'm
right
not
here.
gonna lie. That was.
Poetic justice.
Oh, one and done.
Like I said, they were going to be. I said it at the beginning of the
That
season.
that
No,
guy
no,
in the
listen.
shower.
You know what's crazy though? Before it happened, we was on the live stream talking about what if Jimmy G puts the Cowboys out.
Yeah, yeah, we were. We
And
were
damn
talking
if
about
Jimmy
that.
G and damn if Jimmy G ain't do it.
Right.
I had to do it. Oh.
Jimmy G, put their ass out.
Oh.
That's what he said. Yeah, a lot of people were giving Dallas too much credit. Oh man, this is different. This is a different Dallas Cowboys
Before
team.
the season started, it was
City.
picking them to win the whole thing. That's what I
I
made a
kept
video
saying.
complaining about it.
What is
kept
that?
Saying.
27 years now.
Yep,
Right.
27 years.
Dak
Only-
Prescott and Jalen Hurts had the same numbers. Two totally different games. Two totally different teams.
And I think
Kyler-
the Eagles played the better team. Than the
Kyler
Cowboys
Murray
did.
was like
That's right,
horrendous.
Taj, what's up? baby?
Again, not this just goes back to scrambling quarterbacks.
All right. Quick
What
question.
quarterbacks? Okay, Mahomes. I give you Mahomes. Mahomes is special. But look at the quarterbacks that are in playoffs right now. You got Jimmy G, who's not really a scrambler. You got Tom Brady, who's not a scrambler. You got Matt Stafford, who's not a scrambler. You can say Mahomes is. Here again, that's that pocket quarterback that gets you into the playoffs. It's not the running guys. So when you look at a quarterback and you say you want that Lamar Jackson type player, we just saw 3 of them get knocked out. Taj, what's good? Josh Allen is not nowhere near the ability of Mahomes or Lamar.
Yep.
That's true, Ash. Last time Dallas was in the NFC Championship, your mother wasn't even thinking about you. That's crazy.
Shoot, most of y'all weren't even alive.
That's what he was saying. He was
Right.
only 19.
Yeah, I just think about it like, damn, most of them weren't even alive when last time they had success in
Yeah.
the playoffs.
DJ, I think, is a pocket passer. I think he'd rather stand back there, but he can run. All right. Josh Allen's the same way. He would rather stand back there and throw, but will run. They have straight line speed. Josh Allen is straight line. Aaron Rodgers is straight line. He will run to the right, but he doesn't do the twists, the spins, he'll run and take 5 yards and slide. Josh Allen, he does. We complain about DJ putting his head down, taking some shots. Josh Allen does take some shots. He just hasn't been hurt yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different between Allen and DJ has no wiggle to his game. At least Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers have a little wiggle to their game.
Right.
DJ has no wiggle to his game. When you say straight line speed, that is exactly what DJ is. Straight line speed.
My boy, his squad said, Ash, I'm older than you. And I still wasn't even a thought in my mom's mind. Left my ass. That's how long it's been since Dallas been worth a damn. But they still be picking them before the season all the time.
Yeah.
Man, listen, Boston Sports reports the 49ers are built better for cold weather games than the Packers are. Realistically, that running game that Green Bay or that 49ers have, that defense that, hopefully Bosa's not hurt. Yeah.
Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, I believe, play next week.
Right.
That's going to be a very good game. If Jimmy G plays well, I can definitely see the 49ers getting the upset. I still got the Packers, but that team is built to play in any type of weather, any type of conditions, zone. That team was actually built pretty well. If they get a dominant quarterback, look out. If Trey Lance turns out to be the guy they want him to be, look out.
I'm sorry. His squad, man, I'm praying for you, my guy. If your girl's a Cowboys fan, I'm praying for you. And let's not forget Tom Brady's without his starting center and right tackle. What are the Rams defense going to do to that offensive line of Tampa Bay?
If Wirfs can't go, they're definitely in a major hole because now that he doesn't have Godwin, he doesn't have Wirfs. Antonio Brown is not there.
Yep.
So, and I believe the Rams can lock. I think they're going to put Jalen Ramsey on Evans. That might be a lockup. So people like Scotty Miller and Gronk are going to have to pull through.
I'm right with the Boston.
Not playing.
Quick question, fellas. We're missing the 4th member of this podcast. Did I miss something while I was gone?
No, Miz is supposed to be here. We got to get him the link, I think.
What the hell?
I don't know if he's – I don't know. You want me to message him?
Yeah, because I got another subscription. He popped up on my feed as a new, with same name, different picture on YouTube with no subscribers. Like, did his channel get cut down?
That's a second account. No, he has a second account. But that Packers 49ers game is going to be very interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. That might be the best game of the second round.
I'm going to be with the Boston Sports Report. I like the Rams over the Bucks, and I like the Niners over Green Bay. I'm not going to lie.
if the 49ers beat Green Bay and the Rams beat the Bucks, you know the 49ers got the Rams number for some reason.
Right? Could Garoppolo get back to the Super
Hey,
Bowl?
I'm gonna say this right now. If fucking Jimmy G makes the Super Bowl, I'm not talking to Joe for 3 weeks. I'm not talking to Joe.
It's a possibility, bro. You can't count them out.
I'm not talking to Joe after the NFC Championship game. I'm not talking to him Pro Bowl week
Oh,
or Super Bowl week.
man.
Well, you ain't gonna be able to make many videos if you ain't talking to Joe.
I'll suffer
Y'all
for a
call
couple
just
weeks.
about y'all call just about every damn game together. So that would kind of
When I do the Super Bowl, I am not letting Joel on the stream.
that's
So-
some bullshit.
Oh.
That's when them
Oh,
kids. That's when them kids get mad during
Man.
the argument and take his ball and go home. Now the rest of us can't play.
I'm gonna take my stream and go home. 'Cause I'd be damned if I call a Super Bowl and Jimmy G's in there.
oh,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
But that's a very possibility. If they fuck around and beat the Packers and the Rams beat the Buccaneers,
I know.
there's no reason why I would think the 49ers can't beat the Rams because they always do it. I don't care if they have their whole team out. They find a way to beat the Rams.
Oh man, that I tell you, that would definitely make me look like a damn genius. Where's Buko?
Right. And then what does that do for his stock? Because now if he gets into the Super Bowl again, Trey Lance might not even see the field for the 49ers because they're probably going to give him another contract.
Even if they get to the NFC East championship game,
Right.
all they have to do is beat Green Bay. If the 49ers beat Green Bay,
Okay, I'm gonna break it to you like this, Joe. Watch this.
okay.
The only reason the 49ers didn't win was because they had to play against Eli Manning in the championship game. Right?
Right.
Jim Harbaugh was there.
That defense was stout, and they was putting it on Eli. They kept getting
Yeah.
it up and carving their ass up, right? Even special teams helped. They're not playing another Eli Manning. They're playing the Rams.
I know.
Yeah, but this San Francisco team is not like that San Francisco team. The defense was better, and Alex Smith, I believe, played a little bit better than Jimmy G. And when I think they had Frank Gore at the time. They had Vernon Davis.
Well, I'll tell you,
They
Ayuk is
had Anquan Bolden.
Kettle and it's Ayuk, right?
Brandon Ayuk, yeah.
Yeah.
Debo Samuel.
Yeah, exactly. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that-
But what if them guys can't catch a pass like CeeDee Lamb and
hey, Rodney.
like Odell Beckham in our last playoff game? You know, sometimes these guys have a game of dropsies.
It's, you know what? You're absolutely right. It
And
could.
when the weather gets cold, that's usually when it happens. So I mean,
It could fall
but
apart.
But Lou, this is a cold weather team, man.
I know.
So
I
did
know.
Green Bay, and we went over there, whoop their ass in the third
But I'm
coldest game
saying,
ever.
I think they're a better cold weather team than Green Bay.
Yes.
I truly believe that they're built for this.
The
They're
Rams.
built for cold. They play great defense and they can run the ball against just about anybody.
I hate the Bucks just because of Tom Brady. I never had a problem with the Bucks before, but now that
I
he's
mean-
dead, I don't like him.
So it would be what? If the 49ers win and the Rams win, that would be the championship NFC, right?
Right. And they play in the dome where the Rams are playing.
Rodney,
But it doesn't matter where they play them at. They always beat them.
Right.
Like they're too physical for the Rams or something.
Right.
well, we might be seeing Jimmy G.
Oh, man.
And he fuck around.
If-
And he mess around and wins the Super Bowl. You gotta hear
I
this shit for a whole year.
can't. I can't stand the 49ers. But if Jimmy Garoppolo screws around and wins that Super Bowl, I'm buying a Jimmy Garoppolo 49ers jersey. I'm saying it right now.
You shouldn't have to. Chris Bucco owes you one.
Right. Oh my God. Oh, I will somehow get a Jimmy Garoppolo jersey.
Look,
I am not gonna lie.
Blue City says Jimmy G and the 49ers beat Green Bay in the NFC
Yeah,
Championship.
because they ran all over Green Bay. When I say they ran over Green Bay in that game, they had like 200 or some rush. They threw the ball maybe 10 times that game. And if that defense could lock in on not Jamal, what is his name? Adams, it's gonna be a problem out there, man.
Shout out to
It's gonna be-
590 subscribers, man. Trying to get 10 more. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button and get me to 600 on this live
Yes,
right
sir.
here.
I got you. I got you a
Joel,
couple
I see you
subscribers
too. You
earlier,
at
Lou.
250. I see you. I see you over there at 250. I said, look at my boy Joe.
Oh man, I got rated. That was great, man. That was phenomenal. I never expected that. That was like a highlight in my career.
He said in my career.
Pay your time.
It is.
Thank you for tuning in. Pay your time. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to G Nation, Classified
pay your
Radio
time.
Show, and
Yes.
Big Pat Sports Talk. Make sure you hit
You
the
know
like and
Big Pat
subscribe
just
button on
told
all
you.
those channels.
Big Pat just told you how to pay your tithe. Pay your time.
That's right. I was over on Travis Berg Jr.'s channel. We were talking a little football. He says, "You gonna be live?" I said, "Yep, I'm gonna be on G Nation." He says, "Drop the link so we can sub up." So I dropped the link for you. I'm always thinking about you.
He says, "Want to join the Ramley for the playoffs?"
That was clever. That was clever. Yeah, the Ramley. That was clever.
Actually, I'm sub to your channel now, bro.
I can't. I got the Jimmy G effect. I got to stick with that. Everyone gave me a hard time. I said Jimmy Garoppolo's a good quarterback, and I got killed for it.
He said it in the beginning of the season, and everybody dogged him on this channel. Everybody, including myself, we all dogged him. And look, they're in the damn playoffs, and we done cleaned house. Ain't that
Oh, I got to roll with my gut feelings. Man, this might be the biggest upset that I've ever. I don't know. I picked a long shot horse one time that went off 160 to 1 at a horse track. So that might be close.
Wasn't he supposed to stream today? His review.
Pay your time. I just subscribed to you, bro. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Hey, I greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
If the Jimmy G can move on from him. Well, I tell you what, if Jimmy Garoppolo wins the Super Bowl, they got him for one more year. If they want to move for Fields, what do you think draft capital wise Jimmy Garoppolo is going to demand? A second, a first and a third?
Yeah, his value is gonna go way up. Yeah.
What?
Pay your time, man. Got to subscribe, man. I'm gonna look at your channel, man. You're a Rams guy.
Yo, Miz, get in here. Lou,
Yeah,
drop the link again for Miz. He's coming, he said.
Miz was supposed to be here at the top of the stream. He's part of the podcast. He's running late and shit.
Man, Payo, thanks for joining us. We love talking football. We've been.
Oh crap! My internet acting funny.
Mine is too.
Well, we got mad snow over here right now.
Yeah, I do too. I got like 15 inches.
Pause. Anyway.
And after that, after it gets warm, it's supposed to get up to like 40 degrees tomorrow, and then it's going to melt. So we all know how the warmth affects 15 inches of snow.
There you go. Pay your time. Pay your time, LA Rams YouTuber. Okay, got you.
If you had to
I
pick
just hit
three
you too,
current
bro.
NFL players to survive a dinosaur island, with who would you pick to survive a dinosaur island?
I don't know. Can I outrun anybody that I can outrun? I want on that island with me, okay? Because I got a better chance of getting to the cave if I can outrun their ass.
Well, I gotta put Mike Glennon on there.
Yeah.
And Jake
Tom
Fromm.
Tom Brady.
Oh, I'm sorry, but man, I'm looking at who can I outrun.
Man. Shit, that's fucked up, Joe.
Yeah, but it's true. Damn it.
Oh, speaking of that, Blue City Empire Sports brings up the assistant GM for the Buffalo Bills just had a second
Yes.
interview with the New York Giants. Also, the director of player personnel, Ryan
Poles.
Poles, is
Glad
having
that
his
he
second
said
interview
that
tomorrow.
because that was part of the topic of today's podcast.
I'm just waiting for Miz to come in before we got into the Giants stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
under the new the updated Rooney rule, that even if they wanted to hire him today, they can't
Right.
until they interview another minority GM, and it has
Two.
to be in person.
Two.
Right, and it has to be in person. And up till now, most of their videos have been by Zoom and
Yes.
stream. So that was Joe Shane's. That's how you pronounce his name, is Shane.
I thought it was showing.
That's how it's spelled, but it's pronounced Shane,
Okay.
like Shane Lemieux.
Okay.
Okay.
So Joe Shane, this was his second interview, and Ryan Poles is the other guy for a second interview. But Ryan Poles is one of the only minorities. They've only got 4 minorities interviewing for the job out of the 9. Is the Adrian Wilson guy.
Mm-hmm.
The
other guy from the 49ers as well.
Yeah.
And Ryan Poles. Those are the.
But it's looking like Shane and Poles are in the top running for it.
Ortiz hasn't had his internal yet either. Right. I'm not expecting Ossenfort to do much. I think it's going to be down to the 3. I think Shane, Ortiz, and Poles, it's going to be one of those 3. And I am completely happy with any of them.
Yeah.
Any of them 3.
But there's rumors that if Shane gets the job, he's going to bring in the Dabo guy, is what they're saying. Any word on Bosa playing versus the Pack? I have no clue.
No, nothing yet on that one.
Favorite head coach candidate for me is definitely Jim Harbaugh, hands down.
Yeah, I broke news on that.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I said, Joe, with the breaking news, you stealing my job, man. What's going on?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's just a Giants moment, okay? That's all that is.
Listen, I'm just picking with you, Joe.
Pat. There he is.
Okay.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Pat told me to put out daily videos, so that's why I came up with a Giants moment.
Your stream's on in the back.
I seen both of your videos tonight, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.
I seen both of them.
Breaking topics, man. They're hot topics.
True.
So the Texans want to trade out?
Also, more breaking news. The Jets want to trade out the 10th pick as well.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I saw that. I hope it doesn't happen. We were trying to trade back. I think we want to trade back the number 7 to like number 10.
What can happen is that if a team is talking to the Jets to trade up to number 10 and get a quarterback, our GM, if he's smart, he says, hey, look, I got the number 7 pick available as well. So if anybody wants to jump in front of that team that's trying to go up to 10, come get number 7 and you'll get your guy before whoever tries to trade up with the Jets. And that makes the price of our pick go up. So if they're willing to give up 2 first-round picks to go up to the 10th pick, to go up to the 7th pick, they'll give us 2 first-rounders and maybe a third or a 4th to go up to number 7 to beat out a team that's trying to go up to number 10. So that actually works in our favor. All right, pay your time, man. Have a good night, man.
Blue City, it's not Carl Banks' son. It's
Thank you very much, bro.
I've been in Payo's streams before. He's a big
who's the guy that it's his son that's the GM that we were interviewing? Who's the former player? It wasn't Carl Banks. It was
that we're interviewing for the
I know you're talking.
Yeah.
Who's
that former player? It wasn't Carl Banks' boy. It was Carthon. Was it Maurice Carthon's?
Yeah, Ryan Carthon.
Carthon. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, somebody answered it. Jason Solo said Mo Carthon. Yeah.
Yes,
It's not gonna be
that's where
him,
I got it.
man. Yeah, I
No,
know
it's
the
not.
one.
No, it's not. Look, I tell you what, Miz, the three guys that they
Miss.
got between Shane, Ortiz, and Poles, I like all three. I'm not going to be mad at any of those guys. I do. I like all three. No, it's fine, Blue City. I'm just making sure that way when you put it back out there again, you got the right info. I'm not trying to correct you. I just want to make sure, that everybody has the right information. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all or a.
Trying to see.
Damn, I was gonna come on my other name today.
So, what do you guys think about that Jim Harbaugh news that I broke?
We'll say he either wants to
Whoever
be
wants
on
to
the
go
Raiders
first.
or the Giants, right?
Whoever wants
That's
to
what
go
I've been
first,
hearing.
go first.
That's what I've been hearing is that he either wants to play, he either wants to coach for the Giants or the Raiders. And
All right.
honestly, I would love it if he was the Giants coach, but it depends on who we hire as the GM, and then it depends on if we can competitively pay him more or be more appealing as a job than the Raiders.
Okay, I got a question for you. If Jim Harbaugh is the head coach that we want, and we're just waiting to get a GM, which of these GMs do you think pairs best with him?
Say that
Do you think it's
I-
Joe Sheen?
Again,
Do you
Pat, I'm
think it's
sorry.
Ryan Poles?
I don't think that we would hire a coach before we hire a GM. I think they're
I'm
trying
just
to
saying,
let
if
the
they
GM
know
do
that's
it.
their head coach, if they know that's the head coach that they want, they're not going to hire him before they hire the GM.
Pat
Which
asked
GM
the
do you
court.
think?
Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Which GM do you think pairs best with Jim Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh ultimately becomes the coach. Do you think? I think it's between three guys. I think it's between Ortiz, Ryan Poles, and Joe Sheen. I think Joe Sheen has the upper hand right now because of the way the Bills are playing. The Chiefs are playing a lot better, but I think Joe Sheen goes in with the Bills more than Ryan Poles goes in with the Chiefs in the media's eyes and the Giants' eyes. So, out of those three top candidates, Joe Sheen, Ortiz, and Ryan Poles, who do you think would pair best with Jim Harbaugh's style? Because Jim Harbaugh has a style. He wants a gritty quarterback. He wants a very gritty defense, and he wants to run the ball. That's his style. That's always been his style. At Michigan, you see it. Michigan had a stout defense. Particularly the front seven is very stout. The cornerbacks, he put some pieces in here and there, but he depends on that defense to get pressure. He wants a quarterback that's gritty and tough, and he wants a running game. That's exactly how he built Michigan.
I said that the other day, Blue City. I said that the other day, Blue City, on their stream.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So who do you think pairs better with him? Joe Sheen, who has a coach that he wants already. I think Joe Sheen wants to go as an offensive-minded GM. Ryan Poles, I think he's a draft specialist. I think Ortiz is a draft specialist. I'm gonna give you my opinion, and I want you guys to go along with it. I think the best pairing with Jim Harbaugh, to be honest with you, would be Ortiz.
Ortiz, who's he?
Ortiz.
Joel Ortiz.
Baltimore guy,
The
right?
one who worked under. The one who worked
yeah.
under,
Okay.
the one from the
Ortiz.
Ravens.
Sorry, it just wasn't clicking. Old fart moment.
Yeah, I think he's cut from the. I think him and Jim Harbaugh are cut from the same cloth.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
He worked with the other Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd
And
probably
I
be a
think
good mix.
I think Ortiz would know exactly the type of players Jim Harbaugh wants. And I think they will work very well together. Ortiz and Harbaugh will work very well together. That's my opinion. If Jim Harbaugh ultimately is the coach that you want, I would like to hear you guys' opinion on that. I think Ortiz and Harbaugh would be the best combination of the three top candidates for GM.
What do
Just
you
my
think,
honest
Miss?
opinion.
I think the Harbaugh would right away be paired off with the Baltimore guy. That makes the most sense, especially since he was with his brother for a while now, right? So he's going to get that reference from his brother.
Harbaugh for a while.
Right, so he's gonna listen to his brother definitely, and then I think so. If it was Harbaugh, it would be that guy. But I don't. I feel strongly that Harbaugh is gonna end up with the Raiders. I think he's
Me
gonna go to the
too.
Raiders. I think he's a West Coast guy. I think that he
Okay.
might be using the Giants a little bit to get over there. That type of
To
stuff. It's
get
a
them to
business,
pay.
I think that, man, it's no secret, man. I mean, you see my video today. The guys I want is these Buffalo guys. I've been saying
Right.
that, and of course, you tell me, you get the Flores, then I got
Brian Flores.
to sit and think about it. It's tough because I like Flores a lot, also. But it seems to me that they're showing this guy around the stadium, and he's meeting everyone today. They were saying, I think this guy's pretty much a done deal. I think it's gonna be these Bill guys.
What do you think, Lou?
And I'm excited about it. That's all.
Do you see this? So you're telling me Jim Harbaugh messed up the 49ers? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, he made the 90 a good
No,
team.
he's saying when Jim Harbaugh left, how long were they bad before they got Kyle Shanahan? They were bad for a couple of years.
Yeah.
They were bad for about 3-4 years.
What do you think,
Right.
Lou?
I mean, it makes the most sense for Ortiz, but I don't think it would be a mismatch if they paired him with Poles. I think him and Poles would work good together. Also, the Adrian Wilson guy, I think they would do good together. But I mean, it does make more sense logically that him and Ortiz would mesh better.
I'm going to go outside of the
But
box.
that could be the opposite too, because even though they're brothers, they could be polar opposites. So him and Ortiz could actually end up clashing.
I'm going to go outside the box. I'm going to say it's Ossenfort with the Titans. You look at that Titans team. You look at the way that's
I forgot
built.
about that guy.
That's a Jim Harbaugh team right there. Power running
Really
game,
is.
good offensive line. Solid defense. We were laughing at the Titans defense earlier in the year, and you know what? They actually played pretty damn well. So if you go with Ossenfort, who knows how to build that team for a running game, because even when they didn't have Henry, they still had a decent running game. So
That's
I
true,
would have to say that guy right there, because they're not asking a lot out of Tannehill, just like Michigan's not asking a lot out of McNamara. You're looking at basically the same quarterback.
So you think the way that he built the Titans is how Harbaugh want the team built, and that's a very good point. I think Ortiz has the same mindset as well, because the Ravens are built just like that too. Strong running game. Although they got Lamar Jackson, they tweaked it a little bit with Lamar Jackson being pretty much the primary threat. But I think Ortiz, they love a strong running game over there with the Ravens, and they love defense. The Ravens always built good defense over there.
I see what Blue City's asking. He says, when the 49ers fired Jim Harbaugh, did they come bad after he got fired? Yeah, like instantaneously. What was it, like 7 guys retired off that defense?
Patrick.
Yeah,
Willis
like
and everybody.
when Harbaugh
Carl
went out,
Bowman.
a lot of players followed him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that young white linebacker. I forgot his name. He decided to walk away from the game. He was like, 22, 23?
Yeah, I forgot his name. He had a real good season on the Harbaugh too.
Yep.
And he retired. I forgot his name too, Miz. But he was going to be a good one.
I forgot his name, but I know a lot of these players walked out the door behind Harbaugh, and I think that definitely was like a loyalty thing.
Yes. I'll be right back. Any copy.
All right. Shout out to Joseph Kelly in the chat. He says Jim Caldwell, a great idea. I like Jim Caldwell as a coach too.
Yeah.
And Jaguar Tawan Tensuyu, thank you for tuning in. He said we need to build a passing team. I mean, that's the new age thing. Everybody wants to build a passing team, but do we have the quarterback to build a passing team?
Joseph Kelly, click that subscribe button. Jaguar, click that subscribe button for me, man. It really helps me out a lot trying to get to 600 subscribers before this stream ends. I believe it's somewhere 591, 592. So that would really help me out. We work together every week. We do this podcast. We alternate between each other's channel. Big Miz, Big Pat, Classified 3F with Joe, where there's no secrets. And of course, G Nation Inside Sports. We do this often, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you don't mind. You think that's what happened with the New York Giants when they fired Tom Coughlin? That's definitely
No,
what
that's
happened.
exactly what happened.
Yes.
There's no question on what happened.
Right.
I think the Mariners and the front office lost a lot of respect with the players when they did that.
All right, I looked it up, Pat. I mean, we already know Patrick Willis had left the 49ers. That was a major linebacker. But the guy who walked away early was Chris Borland.
Yeah, there you go, Chris Borland. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he was a
like
dog
22
too, man.
years old or 23 years old. He had a big promising career, and he just decided to go back to farming. His family owned a farm, and he wanted to do the big. I guess he just didn't want to play football anymore.
Probably left a bad taste in his mouth. You know, the type of stuff that be happening behind the scenes that we don't hear about, know about.
30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it from here. No, it's a good nickname. It was 110 to 109. 30 seconds left. I
What's
think it's
going
down
on,
by one.
Steve?
Steve Sabon.
Hey, what's up, Steve? No, the Giants were already trending downwards with Coughlin. So I wouldn't say it was right after Coughlin left.
I mean, it was trending downwards because they were stripping Coughlin of his power.
And
Right.
Jerry Reese wasn't rebuilding the line
Yeah.
or bringing no edge rushers back. Because Tuck left, Yumiro left.
I think that was the biggest
retired.
mistake we made.
Yeah, that is. Hell yeah, it is. That's why we've sucked ever since.
I think that
Yeah,
was one of
totally.
the worst things we could have ever done. I think we should have kept Tom Coughlin here till he wanted to retire.
Facts. And then made him GM.
Yeah, because he knows how to run an organization too from that area as well.
He rebuilt the Jags. He got Leonard Fournette. He brought Jalen Ramsey. He had that other kid, Boulay. Like he put a team
Bouye
together.
drafted the middle linebacker they had. Brought in Barry Church. I mean, man, he did a lot. He did a lot for that team, man. He had what's my boy, the defensive tackle that plays with the Ravens now. He was there.
And he did all that with Blaine Gabbert.
Shit. No, it was
Before he got Blake Bortles.
Yeah, Blake Bortles almost took him to the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
No, see, I've been.
See
No.
again. If you line up 100 fans like we have right here, us four, if you line up 100 fans, and 99 of them will tell you the biggest mistake we made is we never should have let Coughlin go. How does the
I agree.
organization not realize that?
I agree with that.
100%.
Who scored?
I think they realize it, but as an organization, you have to move on regardless because the decision was made, so you have to move on.
Reese should have been out the door before.
Yep, before Coughlin, Reese should have been out the door, or you should have let them go together.
Right.
But Coughlin was the fall guy for Reese's bad drafting.
Yep.
Banana. Not connected. Not connected.
And you know what? Coughlin probably was arguing with Reese about the old line.
Yep.
That damn Eric Flowers was getting Eli killed.
And man, that was one that Eli Apple pick and that Flowers pick, man, were two of some of the worst moments in my Giants history with the draft because I knew those picks weren't going to be good. I knew
Anybody
those
wanna
picks
take
weren't
this
going to be good. You said maybe I missed you guys speaking on the new GM search, but who you guys like? I'm not
All of
gonna
them.
lie to you. I like all of them, but the best one that I like is Ryan Poles because of what he's done. His resume is absolutely great. Then I like Ortiz, and then I like Joe Sheen. But I won't be mad with either one of those picks because I think each one of those picks will take this organization to a new level. Either
Right.
one of them, I think.
Well, there's got to anything is a new level. We're at rock bottom. There's no way to go but up.
No. We didn't go 0-17. That's rock bottom. We know that one.
Well, listen,
We're
don't
close.
jinx us. Don't say no shit like that, Joe. Good God.
Dude, but you know what? We beat 2 playoff teams. Shit, I'm happy.
My heart just
And Landon
palpitated when
Collins
you
was a
said that
second
shit.
round pick, but I would say this about Landon Collins. He had an all pro year for us. He did have an all pro
2016,
year
yeah.
for us. Those other guys didn't do a damn thing for us
Man.
from the start.
He was no Antrell Roll. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he had a big year in 16.
That
Man,
was
He had an
my
all pro
dude.
year.
I used to love Antrell Roll, man. That was my dude. Deep.
the worst pick the Giants ever had for me was Ron Dane.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that was terrible. I
God.
remember that too. I remember that too, man. That was absolutely terrible.
Horrible running
Yeah, he
back.
had a good rookie year. He had about 850.
Oh,
Horrible running back.
Ron
rookie
Day
year
had
was his-
850.
Yeah, his
Hold
rookie
on,
year.
man.
Look it up. I might
Yeah,
be wrong,
check
but I
that.
remember him having 800 plus. His rookie year was his best year of his career.
that's because the Giants were putting a box of donuts in the end zone for him to run at.
So,
Well, yeah, you had him and Tiki Barber, so they mixed it up
Oh.
nice.
Yeah.
Thunder and Lightning, I believe. But
yeah, Thunder and Lightning, but there wasn't much thunder.
Okay. His years with the Giants, he had 770 yards and 5 touchdowns his first year, 690 yards and 7 touchdowns his second year, and 428 yards and 3 touchdowns his third year. And the fourth year, he had 179 yards and a touchdown. I think by his fourth year, that's when we started. He was back there with Tiki Barber too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
yeah, him and Tiki were together. It was Thunder and Lightning. It worked for a while. First year, it
For a little
worked.
bit.
It worked the first year.
They did have Calais Campbell, that's right.
Yeah,
Did
that's what I was
Coughlin
talking
bring him over
about.
there? Did
That's what I
Coughlin
was
bring him
talking
over there?
about.
Oh,
Yeah, and he had his biggest game of his career was against the Cowboys on a Thanksgiving. Now, I think he was playing for who? Denver?
Lawrence Tynes. Lawrence
You remember that
Tynes.
game? He had a buck
Lawrence
50 and
Tynes.
2 touchdowns.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you guys a
I
field
remember
goal
that game.
kicker.
He lit the Cowboys up, Ron Dane.
Who all remembers the great kicker Ali Haji Sheik? Pat's just shaking his head. He had a phenomenal rookie year. And then I don't know what the hell happened to that guy. He was great his rookie year. My father kept saying he's got the sophomore jinx. He had more than that. My God.
Yeah.
He was.
How about Steve Weatherford?
He was a punter. He won 2 Super Bowls with us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, he said who remembers a Pro Bowl kicker?
Yeah.
Lawrence Tynes.
Steve Weatherford. That's what I said to him.
No, the Pro Bowl kicker before Graham Gunnell?
He was trying to say Graham Gano, but
No. Oh.
I couldn't believe
it's Lawrence Tynes. Lawrence Tynes does it
Oh.
again. He kicks the Giants into another Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that shit. That shit seared in my brain because he
Man, I
missed
can't
2
find
of
it.
them
All right, whatever.
and then went out there and kicked it in overtime.
Oh.
I was having a freaking conniption fit.
Who the hell was the guy we had in the late 80s?
You lost?
I don't know why I
Such
almost said
scrubs.
Tyrone Wheatley, knowing damn well it wasn't Tyrone Wheatley.
I
That
know.
name just came to mind for some reason.
Who the hell was the?
Jack Rabbit.
Oh man,
Oh my God, I know his damn name.
I do too, and I can't think of it.
I'll tell you right now, I got his card right here.
Let's get it. I got on my schedule.
I mean, we've had some good field goal kickers, and we've had some booty field goal kickers.
Oh my God.
That's horrible.
Oh. Allegre, Raul Allegre. Thank you, Jason.
Allegre, yeah.
Thank you, Raul
Look, there's
Allegre.
the card.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I loved that man. I loved him. You just knew him walking out onto the field.
You didn't enjoy that too much.
Vendetta.
Hines was
Yeah.
great.
I know this is a football stream, but
Sean Landetta. I don't know. You got it too high. All I can see is his crotch.
Magic, right? That Magic?
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Kevin
Oh,
Willis.
Pro Bowl kicker when Pat Shermer was our head coach.
Say what?
Who
I
was the
remember.
Oh, you talking about Rosas?
Rosas?
I still ain't understand what the hell you said.
The Pro
you
Bowl
say?
kicker when Pat Shermer was our head coach. Wasn't that Rosas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aldrich Rosas. Yeah.
We had Robbie Gold for a while too, didn't we?
Robbie Gold, and then Aldrich Rosas, and then Graham Gano in that order.
Yeah.
Well, these the kickers, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The guys that never
No,
made it to the Pro Bowl.
Greatest
I mean, they never
giant
made it to the Hall of Fame.
kicker of all was Matt Barr.
What's y'all
Matt
favorite?
Barr.
What's
Matt
y'all's
Barr.
favorite free agent pickup in the past 15 years for the Giants? So 15 years. So 2012. What?
Free
2007?
Does that
Oh
include?
shit! I'm going with Burris for that 1 year.
Does
You
that
might.
include? Does that include undrafted
Plaxico,
free agents?
Plaxico Burris.
I think he just means free agent. Period. Like, yeah, you got him acquired through a contract from another team. I'm going Plexico Burris.
Going to Artrell Road.
Ooh, good choice, Pat.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce was good.
Victor
Antonio
Cruz.
Pierce was good.
It's another free
Who
agent
else?
that we signed that was pretty. I'm not gonna lie, y'all guys gonna laugh, but R.W. McCorders played well for us too.
Oh, yeah.
R-Dub, hell yeah.
Entree
yeah.
Roll.
He had
Roll
that
played
big
good.
interception in the end zone in
Yeah, I
Dallas.
said
in the
Artrell
playoffs.
Road.
Yeah.
You know what? We don't
R.W.
have too many
McCorders with the
free
big
agents
interception
that
to end the
we
game in
picked up
Dallas
like
in the
that.
playoffs.
We really built through the draft back in the day. We didn't have too many free agents we picked up like that. We
Right.
built through the draft.
Right.
Because Chris Canty's the only one I could think on the defensive line that we picked up.
Yep. He come from Dallas.
We never picked up any free agent receivers besides Plex.
Plaxico Burris.
Yeah, because we had Hicks for a while. Or Nix.
Yeah. What's up, Zion?
Yo, Zion dropping links. Thank you. Best running back from the New York Giants. I got two. One's Joe Morris. The other's Otis Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
OJ.
Mm.
Hey,
Oh, dude. I loved watching OJ run. I loved it. It was
I got it, man. Davey Meggett was my. He was back in the day. He was my favorite because he was
Man, I
low
just-
to the ground and fast as shit. Bradshaw reminded me
Hey.
of him a lot.
Otis Anderson was a free agent. He came from the Cardinals. He was on that Cardinals team for like 12 or 13 years. Parcells called him up and said, Otis, I got one job for you this year. And he's like, what, coach? He says, run the damn ball. That's all I want you to do. Don't worry about shit. Run the damn ball. He saw that guy had a year left. He says, I'm riding you all the way to the Super Bowl, horse. And Otis said, you
I
got
forgot
it.
Otis Anderson was old when we got him.
Yes, he was.
OJ.
Because that's when the Cardinals were still in our
He only
division,
played
wasn't
with
it?
us only about 2-3 years, wasn't it? Yeah, the Cardinals
Yeah.
in our division. He only played,
Yeah.
how many years did he play? Was it like 2 years, 2-3 years?
Yeah, something like that.
1990 Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Damn, we really never picked up free agents like that. That's crazy. We always built through the draft.
Oh, I remember Kerry Collins.
He came from North Carolina and he used the N-word and had a drinking
Mhm.
problem. I remember Kerry Collins.
He came from Penn State.
He gave us 3 good years.
Hell yeah.
I just never
Took us to the
understood
Super
that
Bowl.
move. I just never understood that move. He has a problem in the locker room for saying the N-word, and you send him up north to New York. Like,
Right.
Because when he came, he changed his life. He was a perfect angel when
because them boys in that locker
was
room,
giant.
told him, "You use that word here, we're gonna kill your ass."
Right.
some
Otis in
people learn
86
from
and
their
left
mistakes.
us.
So
Otis in 86 and left in 92. So he was here 6 years.
He was here 6 years?
I don't remember that, but
I don't remember remember Otis Anderson being here the first Super Bowl.
Yeah, because 86, that was Joe Morris.
Yeah,
Unless
didn't
he
get
was
used
riding the
that
bench
much.
the whole time.
Yeah, he was riding the bench, and he had an injury.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being on the team.
Yeah.
And then one of my personal favorites ever, he took over for him, Ronnie Hampton. I loved Ronnie Hampton.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did
Ronnie
too.
Hampton.
That pregame where he ran for 98 yards in that touchdown when it was like his third or fourth carry of his
Mhm.
NFL career in the preseason, and he was just gone. I was like, oh, we got something here.
On 1993 playoff game when they beat the Vikings 17-10, and Ronnie Hampton had like a $140 and 2 touchdowns. Or
Yeah,
$150.
Yep.
Solo was right. I'm sorry, guys. Solo was right. He came in at 86.
Damn.
He didn't play until 89. Well, he didn't play a lot until 89. He only had one 1,000-yard season for us, and that was at 89.
Jeff Hostetler was the backup quarterback. We drafted him in the 4th round in 1983, 84.
Mhm.
And he was about to request a trade when he finally got to play.
Right.
When Phil Simms got hurt.
Yep.
Right.
Man, I didn't know we had
Oh.
Otis Anderson from 86. I thought he came
I-
around 88, 89.
I did too.
And Hostetler won a Super Bowl.
We've
Yes,
had
he
some
did.
running backs in this franchise too. Rodney Hampton,
Oh,
Otis Anderson, Joe
Y'all-
Morris.
Y'all remember?
Jacobs,
You remember
Brandon
Tim
Bell,
Bianca?
Tiki.
Joe Morris is
Bianca
Alfred
Batuka?
Morris's father. Joe
Yep.
Morris is Alfred Morris's father.
I saw
Yeah.
Joe Morris knock himself out when he ran into the wall at Syracuse when he was there.
Lord.
Oh, I watched that game. That was a scrimmage, and they brought a bunch of us football teams in to watch the orange and blue scrimmage. Joe Morris, he was running a sweep, but he ran right into the wall, knocked himself right the hell out. Bang! He was just. You guys remember Tim Bianca Batuka,
Yep.
Michigan?
One of the best
Yeah.
football
How can you
names
forget a
in
name
NFL
like that,
history.
Joe?
I
How can you
remember.
forget a name? No. Even if how can you forget a name like that? You don't.
I
forget a name
know.
like that.
I know. I just liked him for the name. I didn't.
Hey, I remember when you talk about knockouts. I remember a 7-7 tie game at Washington because Gus Perot
Mhm.
decided to punch his head into a wall on a touchdown
Yeah,
run.
that
He
game
knocked
I saw it
himself
live
out
too.
2 or 3 weeks.
I was a kid. I was around, I think, like 10, 11 years old. I said, "What the hell is it? What was he thinking?"
Oh, he headbutted the wall. He was out. I'm like, we won. We
He jammed his
won.
neck, right?
Yeah, he
Fucking-
jammed his upper neck.
He
He
jammed
got
his neck real bad.
concussion and oh shit, Lou, you got a visitor.
Oh shit.
Zion.
Yeah,
Zion,
he jammed his
please
neck
tell
on
me
the
you didn't
headbutt
miss
into
that.
a brick wall like a moron. Cost that team the game. They probably would have beat us that day. It ended up a 7-7 tie. I don't remember what we did the rest of that year, but I think that game played some relevance.
He said, "Who's the best punt returner for the Giants?"
You know what I want to say?
Mitchell or Meggett? Was it Meggett? I think he was the best punt returner. we
Dave
ever had.
Maggot.
Yes, Dave Megan easily.
Did we have Brian Mitchell for a year or two? Or did we? Who was it? Metcalf that we had for a year or two?
I think it was Mitchell, Pat.
Eric Metcalf. I think we had Eric Metcalf here.
Metcalf was nasty when he was on the Browns, right? He was nasty.
I
Yeah,
was
he
about to say, I
was.
thought he played for Cleveland.
I think he played for us for like 2 years. Let me check. I think he did. Hold on.
They said
He
it
was
was their
nasty for
Achilles.
the Cardinals. Or the Browns. He had a brother too that played.
Oh my goodness. Perkins.
Yes. Sam
Perkins.
Perkins.
Perkins was his name. Who was the head coach before Bill Parcells? It was Perkins.
No, Metcalf didn't play for us. I think
No,
it was Brian.
it was Mitchell. It was Mitchell. I remember.
Yeah. Head coach before Parcells was Perkins.
Okay, 7-7 tie game where this guy
Perkins
knocked
was head
himself out of the
coach.
game with the headbutt. that game did play a big role in our season. I'll
Yeah,
tell
it
you
did.
when.
Was
The year
defensive
that I believe
coordinator.
it was under, I believe it was Fossil, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But what year did we play the Vikings and we blew a 22-3 lead and ended up losing that playoff game 23-22? We had Tito Wooten, Sean Williams. We had those guys. Do you remember that
shit.
playoff game? That
That
was a
was
bad one.
Was that the one with Cunningham? Cunningham was on the Vikings?
Yes. I think yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Randall Cunningham, Chris
Yeah,
Carter,
they said Sulla says
and
97.
Randy Moss. Yeah, 97. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the year the Vikings were just rolling
97.
through everybody.
97.
97. Yeah.
Yeah.
1997,
They had
man.
Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and they had a good running back too, and freaking Randall Cunningham throwing him the ball.
And we had we had one of the better defenses in the league. I remember that day. It was an ice rainstorm. It was cold. We were up 22-3.
I hate
And
that
we
day.
blew the game in the fourth quarter, 23-22. It was a total breakdown.
The worst playoff game I ever witnessed. I remember that one too, but the worst one I ever witnessed was that 49er playoff game.
Yeah.
The year after we got crushed in the Super Bowl. We lost,
Riggs.
beat the absolute hell out the
39-38.
Oh man,
It was
I
like
really
38.
remember
appreciate
that
What was it? It was like 38 to 10 or something like that. We were beating the brakes
Yeah.
off them.
I greatly appreciate that compliment, Jeff.
Yes.
38-14. The comeback began. It was 38-14. And they collapsed,
I think
man.
we're
They
doing
allowed
okay.
T.O. and players to get in their heads, man. It took them mentally out of the game. T.O. took them mentally out of the game, man.
My worst memory of the New York Giants losing to the Eagles is the goddamn Miracle in the Meadowlands. Yes, folks, I saw that shit live.
Yeah, that's
I remember
My
that.
absolute worst fucking memory. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. My absolute worst time as a fan of the New York Football Giants. My best memory of the Giants beating the Eagles. Oh God. I'm going to have to go back in time here to think about that one because there was a few games that I just enjoyed rubbing the shit.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Anytime we beat the Eagles is the best time. I guess I got to look at it that way.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, 17-10, you beat the Eagles in the playoffs in 2000, which led us to the Super Bowl. You know, whatever. We got the Vikings and then the Super Bowl. But that was a good
Right.
one when Sion caught the interception on his back.
Yeah, that was
We had a
divisional
game against the
playoff
Eagles
game.
also where we had 12 sacks and OC had 6 of them. Remember that?
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
Yes.
OC had
Monday
6
night
sacks.
game too.
I'll tell you the one when Eli threw that ball to Plexico Burrs to the Eagles. I mean,
Yes.
what threw it
Yes.
to Plexico against the Eagles, and we beat them in overtime. That was a good one too.
Overtime. I believe that was an overtime, Pat.
Yep. And then that game Victor Cruz went off against them when they had that super team for him. That was a good one too.
Oh, Jeff, good point. The 2000 playoff where Seahorn had the pick.
Yep.
Oh,
I just
the
said that.
amazing
playoff
pick
game.
where he flipped around and still
Yes.
caught it. That was
Well,
Yeah.
before that injury, man, Sion was a beast of an athlete.
Yes, he was.
oh yeah, everybody was glad when we
And
drank.
I'm gonna give you one great one, man. A great one. You guys, and I remember. You're gonna remember as soon as I say this. We was in a war in the last game of the season to try to get into the playoffs, and Shockey ripped the ball out of Dawkins' hands in the end zone, and we won that game 10-7. Remember that?
Yep.
That was a great one, man. That was a dogfight. Right?
Yeah.
A war.
Yeah, one of my worst memories is the miracle too. And Deshaun, I mean,
Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson. God
Yeah.
almighty.
Yeah, don't remind me of that because I was in the stadium that day and I was devastated. And there was a lot of Eagle fans to let us know about it too.
Oh, I'm sure.
There you go.
I never seen a game like just slowly you could see it coming, and there was
Yep.
no way of stopping the damn train. It was crazy.
Just like that 49ers game, you could see it coming.
yep, I saw that coming too. I'm like, we finna lose this
Yeah,
game.
we're going to screw this up big time.
Who knows? We probably could have made it back to the Super Bowl that year with Kerry Collins if we would have won that San Francisco game.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Right. A lot of teams and analysts were saying that year that nobody wanted to see this Giants team. They were scoring so many points. They were
Yes.
doing this.
How you guys feel about that question?
What?
I mean,
Why I hate
I'm
Deshaun Jackson?
I guess
How
I
you
gotta
feel
say
about
this
Deshaun
almost every
Watson?
stream.
The country pride.
I would be ecstatic for Deshaun Watson, but I wouldn't be ecstatic for what we have to give up because there's reports that the Houston Texans are not backing off what they want. They want 3 first-round picks at least
But I also say
and players.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but,
So
no, but
would you-
God,
so-
nobody's going to give them that. You know that.
No, you know my
Oh.
answer.
Say that- I'm sorry, man, I couldn't hear you.
Here, I fill up.
I say you and I, and we all notice that nobody's giving them that. So as we get closer and closer to the draft, don't you think the Texans are going to feel like they're being
Somebody's
squeezed?
TV is on or something, man.
That's my wife.
What I'm saying is, as we get closer and closer to the draft, I believe that the Texans will get, feel squeezed, and they want to get rid of him, and they'll settle for a little less, man.
I don't know. The Texans have a bunch of cap room and they could afford to have
Okay.
Deshaun Watson on that roster.
I said this the other day. We were all in a private stream just talking, and I'm gonna explain this to everybody here in the chat. I'm gonna go into this. Deshaun Watson, okay. If we give up picks for him right now, all right, and he's not cleared in criminal, we lose those picks. Okay. Now I'm not saying he's guilty, and I'm not saying he's innocent, but he's got a criminal case against him, and he has civil cases against him. Just like O.J. Simpson was found innocent in the trial of criminal court, he was found guilty in civil court.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep this in mind when we're talking about this, because that NFL badge, okay, you mess with that badge's bottom line, you're gone. And there's guys that we can name
Yep.
that messed with that badge and they're no longer in the NFL.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, please don't take this wrong, but Colin Kaepernick messed with the badge. He's not in the league anymore. Ray Rice messed with the badge. He's not in the league anymore. Michael Vick messed with the badge, and PETA got behind it, which is why he went to court, which is why he went to prison, but he got a second chance. Not saying Deshaun Watson will not get a second chance, but Roger Goodell right now.
Hold up. You're going to have to go.
You have to what?
Luke went out. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Joe.
Well, Deshaun Watson right now is kind of tampering with the badge. And right now the NFL is building the perfect storm because you got what's going on with the Washington football team. You got what's going on with the Raiders organization right now with everything that's transpiring from them. And now you got Deshaun Watson. And when you get women behind in an organization that feels that the NFL, look, those women, they allow their husbands to watch football. So that's what it's going to come down to is the civil case. If he's found guilty in the civil case, Goodell can say detrimental to the league, because if you're disobedient in your workplace, that's a firing offense. If you give your boss attitude, you can get fired. We all know this. So if Deshaun Watson's case goes to civil court and he loses, which there's a chance that might happen, okay, that's conduct detrimental to the league, and Roger Goodell can put him on the blacklist. So let's say that we give those picks up, whatever it is, for Deshaun Watson. Okay, he comes and plays with us for 2 weeks. But them organizations are sitting there chirping. The New York Daily News, the Times, all these reporters are picking this up. Women's rights movements are complaining Deshaun Jackson did so. The NFL listens to those people. Unfortunately, this is how life works. And then Roger Goodell can say, okay, Giants, you got Deshaun Watson, but because I'm getting pressure from my revenue, my shield is getting tampered with, I've got to blacklist Deshaun Watson. That's the power structure. It's not right. It's not fair. It is what it is. And you know that going in when you are a draft pick in the NFL. They sit down and they have all these meetings for these players coming in, telling you what not to do, what not to get involved with. Stay home. Jim Kelly built a bar in his house so that his players had somewhere to go after a game and they didn't have to be involved into that shit. They never went out to bars. All those great teams, that's why you never really heard much Tampa. Those guys weren't getting into trouble because Jim Kelly said, come to my freaking house, get shit-faced, pass out on the floor, go home the next morning. You're not going to have paparazzi here. You're not going to have the press here. We thank God we did not have cameras and phones back then because, you know, goddamn good and well, that's all people do right now. If you see a guy that's an NFL player in a bar, what's the first thing people do? Oh, I got to record this, and then he does something stupid. He's caught on camera. TMZ gets a hold of it, just like Joe Judge. All Joe Judge did is he wanted to get some players in his house. He ordered some pizza. He ordered some beer. TMZ ran with it, made fun of him. Okay, and all the guy was trying to do is like just walk away and leave it, end it. Okay, I got fired. Big deal. Why the hell do you guys have to sit outside my house, harass my kids, harass my family, harass the players that I've invited? That's what's going to happen with Deshaun. You guys got to realize he's got a long road in front of him, and he has to really he has to wait. He has no choice.
Yeah,
Everything else is in everybody else's hands.
Don't get me wrong. It's not bloody likely that he ends up with anybody, just being real. Because of the severity of the accusations and the color of his skin and the sport that he plays in the country we live in. That's just a fact. It sucks. It's shitty, but it's the truth. The world we live in doesn't play very nice if you look different. That's the honest truth. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you're a freaking phenomenal talent or not. If the cancel culture comes after you and you don't have favor with the one who really counts, the Most High God, this establishment will tear your ass down. Period.
Right.
So, while I would love for him to play on our team, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'll give you another one. And this was an organization. Remember, the Washington football team had a name before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when those people came out and they were saying their name was disrespectful to the Indians, and they kept pressing on it. They pressed on it for about 2, 3, 4 years.
Yep.
And you know what? They say, look, what's the dude's name over there in Washington? The owner, I forget his name. He sucks.
Dan Snyder.
Yeah, Dan Snyder. He had to take away the Redskins' name.
Yeah.
And that's one of the prominent franchises in NFL, believe it or not.
Yep.
They have a long history with the NFL.
Yep.
They've won championships. And they had to get rid of their name.
That's where the Hog Molly name comes from. They
The
used to have a
Hogs.
section in the fans was the Hogs. That's
All
a
the guys
Redskin
that dress
thing.
up in dresses,
Yeah.
put the noses on. They had the
Yeah.
women's hats.
Pig
Yeah.
nose, yeah. Pig nose.
Yeah.
That's why they should be the Washington Hogs. I think that's a good name, the Washington Hogs, because that was their nickname. Unless the pigs are gonna rise up and say, "Yo, it's not fair. We don't want you to have that name." I don't know.
This is making a joke, but that could possibly happen.
That's
With
It
the vegan
is,
thing going on, with the vegan thing going on.
that's why I'm laughing because that shit is funny but true.
Yeah, that's guys.
And that's all me and Joe were trying to get you guys to understand with the Deshaun Watson thing. Don't take it and run with it saying that, oh, they don't like Deshaun. You guys are crazy. Deshaun
Right.
Watson will be the first court. We know how good Deshaun Watson is. Literally, I know how good the man is.
Man's
But
great.
I can't give up that much capital for a man whose future is in limbo for the next couple of years.
Right.
I'm not saying he's going to be put out the league, but if he loses that civil case, Roger Goodell is gonna have no choice but to put him on the exempt list.
Yeah.
And I will say this: he may have to make an example with the council culture with these women groups going on. He may have to put him on the exempt list for 2 years
Right.
and see if it dies down. Colin Kaepernick is the prime example. That man literally cost the NFL their bottom line. He hit their bottom line hard when he
Right.
did that kneel down. Because old white men, no offense to anybody, old white men are the biggest consumers of the NFL. That's just fact. Go fact check me on it if you don't believe me. Older white man is the literally biggest consumer of NFL.
And a lot of those older white men are ex-military.
Exactly. And guess what? The NFL is heavily involved with the military.
And the other half that's not military are just bigots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we couldn't just exclude that.
No,
I had to make sure that we
we bring everything out here on this stream, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
we go to town, man. We ain't holding nothing back.
And
No
like
secrets.
I said, maybe, and like I said, maybe sometimes I come off the wrong way when I say things. If so, hey, I can apologize for it, but I'm sticking to my opinion, and that's my opinion on the whole Deshaun Watson thing.
Mine too.
Great player. I think he's the best quarterback in the league when he's playing.
Right,
I'll be
right,
honest
wrong, or
with you.
right, wrong, or indifferent. Unfortunately, that's the way the world works, Pat.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys got to notice this is the
sucks,
world that you
but-
live in. Even if Deshaun Watson is proven innocent, say he wins the civil case, if those women still come up
There's
and
still
still
an
complain
asterisk.
about Deshaun Watson, he's
next to
always
his
going to have an
name.
asterisk by his name. And
Yep.
if it gets strong enough, if these women get their way with these little rallies and these little things they're going to put in the media, you know,
Yep.
the media is going to eat it up because it's negative. They're going to eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up.
That's that.
Deshaun Watson.
That's
Are
that.
we-
Even if he wins the case and comes back and becomes a Hall of Fame quarterback in the future, they'll say, "Yeah, he was great, but there was them allegations."
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's,
And
it's
just and because if that
all the
messes with
good
the
you do
NFL,
gets negated by the one fall, the one mistake, the one misspoken word, the one anything. That's what
Right.
they remember.
even if he comes and is able to play next year, if those women keep harping on that subject and they get people to be like, you know what, yeah, man, we can't let somebody who has allegations like these with over 20 women. So he must have did something. 20 women wouldn't have said something if he didn't do anything. That's
Right.
how people think, even if you're proven innocent.
Right.
If that starts to mess with the NFL's bottom line, guess what? He will be on that exempt list. Roger Goodell will have no choice because he'll be getting a call from Jerry Jones, John Mayer, the guy from the Raiders, Davis.
Yep.
Those are your three main guys.
Bob Kraft.
Yeah, I forgot about Bob Kraft. Those are your four main cogs right there. They have the most valuable franchises. They get a call from them. I'll give you one with the NBA. You remember the Clippers owner?
Oh
Before
God, when
sold
he
to,
yeah.
before he sold to Steve Ballmer, when he said those things.
because he was making a reference to the NBA and what it stood for. I remember all that bullshit. Yes, I
And
do.
he said
Trying to
things
get
about
the
Magic
600.
Johnson. He became,
And his wife was recording it.
Yeah,
His wife recorded it.
yeah. One of the richest guys in the NBA had to sell the Clippers because players say they weren't going to play, and the NBA, you know, that's a woke league. You want to get deep into it? That's the wokest league if all of the
Talking about the
sports.
guy that said, "Don't be going to my games with," and his wife recorded him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was talking about
Yep.
Magic Johnson and everybody that was coming there. He turned out to be a bigot. He is not bigger than the NBA Shield.
And
He
was
had
the
to
owner of
say,
the team. Yep.
Just Blue City, to answer that question, the women are lying. Just like Lou said that half those white men that aren't military are bigots. Well, there's a lot of men out there that are writing articles that are just hateful of women.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay, so they're going to put it and spin it the way they want to, because I've been in communications with people and I've seen them type in their women are just bitches. Okay, and if you've got that kind of attitude, that ain't right.
No, because
And
that means one of them was your mother.
Right,
I'll
right.
tell you what, maybe that Texas owner brought up this Deshaun Watson thing to get the heat off him. Because remember what the Texas owner said, you can't allow the inmates to run the prison or something like that.
Yes,
Mhm.
That's
yes.
when the Deshaun Watson thing came out, and that trumped what he said because people started to forget about what he said, and so it didn't hit the NFL's bottom line like it could have been if people would have came out with that.
They was
more.
able to put a
Deshaun Watson-
PR spin on it and then get
Yes.
your mind off. They hit you with the
Yeah.
3-card money.
Yes,
Yep.
yep.
Sleight of hand, misdirection. Oh,
Just
no,
like
look,
that.
It's over there.
Just like that Giselle or Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever there from Pedophile Island.
Mhm.
She's in court right now, but is anybody talking about that?
Nope.
Did Jeffrey Epstein really hang himself? Notice how we're not talking
Hell
about
no.
that no more.
Right.
No,
Right.
I'm sorry, but when you're talking
They
about
faked
children,
his death, snuck him out of there. She's the
Yes.
scapegoat.
yes, I think he's alive too. I think they
Yeah.
fucking gave him something where it looked like he was dead. They have medications and drugs that'll knock you out where you're shallow breathing, and
Shit,
They put him in an
tetrodotoxin
ambulance.
from a blowfish.
yeah, well, he needs something blown, like his brain.
He's probably on an island somewhere.
Yeah, another island
I assume we've all seen the Isaac
With-
Cappy video then.
with the Clintons. The
Yeah.
Clintons bought an island. But we worry more about COVID, but we can't worry about an abduction ring. We can't worry about the youth that's going on an
no.
island getting taken advantage of and molested.
No. You know why they can't
Yeah.
worry about it? Because they're the ones doing it.
Right, keeping
But
us
it's
all in the
alright.
dark.
Let's talk about some football before
Yeah, thank you. Because
Yeah.
Optimus Prime comes and shoots me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Sector 7. When Jimmy G's number one fan makes a great point like that, you listen. Jeff,
He
you're
says, "Are we
idiot.
still talking about football? Going into conspiracies, madness." I mean,
yeah, a little conspiracy. What the hell?
Oh.
Just to change the subject.
well, I think he asked a question about if Russell Wilson is still on the table for the Giants.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is. It is still on the table.
He might,
But-
but
Same thing with Deshaun Watson. You might not have to give up as much for Russell Wilson, but I'll be honest with you. If I could build an offensive line besides getting Russell Wilson, I get my offensive line. And I see about getting a quarterback the next year if Daniel Jones is not the guy. I mean, I think that's the way they should go with it. It's just my opinion. Maybe they have a plan in place.
man,
Maybe if they get Ortiz, maybe Huntley's coming with them.
I'm not
You never
shooting.
know.
I'm not trying to shoot anybody down or anything with this Russell Wilson thing, but I did talk to a Seahawks fan a little while ago today, and he even said Russell Wilson seems like he's lost a step or two the last couple of years. This is a guy that's a diehard Seahawks fan. Okay, I'm just telling you
he
what he
is.
said.
He is. And he's
Yeah.
getting older, he's a
Exactly.
smaller guy, compact, taking a lot of hits from big guys.
Yeah,
A lot of running around, stretching plays out, making things happen. He's a big part of why they won a lot. And him being so great and agile and nimble and making things happen is why they won so much. But now that he's lost a step or two, it exposes how many vulnerabilities they had and were able to mask with his talent.
yes, I'll go with
I
that.
could definitely see it too, Jason. Us drafting a quarterback in this year's draft, I can see it as well. But I'll throw out one name, and I want you guys to study up on him. I think Brock Purdy can actually be one of the best quarterbacks coming out in this draft from Iowa State. I think he has the best pocket presence. He has a good arm. He's just wild. And I think you could tame that. If you get a Jim Harbaugh or a prominent head coach that actually works with quarterbacks, because believe it or not, Jim Harbaugh has actually worked with three quarterbacks that turned out to be pretty decent. Brock Purdy, look him up. The guy's pretty good from Iowa State. He has a good arm. He doesn't have a great arm, but he has a very good arm. His pocket presence is probably the best in this draft class. And if you can tone him down from trying to throw across his body, trying to be a Patrick Mahomes type, and just make him just be a quarterback. And what I mean, just be a quarterback, make the throws that's there and the throws that you can make, because he makes some pretty exciting throws. I wouldn't mind getting him in the second round if he's there. I'll be honest with you. I've studied up on Brock Purdy. I think he's a little bit better than the project, Jeff, but yes, you can call him a project if you want to. He does fit that description. I think he could be a Daniel Jones type with more pocket presence. Not to saying Daniel Jones is not the guy. I have to see him behind the offensive line because maybe Daniel Jones has pocket presence, but he's so gun shy because the offensive line is getting him killed. So who knows? But I think Brock Purdy is a pretty good prospect, man. I think he can actually turn out to be the best in this draft. Besides Malik Willis, I think Malik Willis has the highest ceiling, but he's an absolute project. And you have to work with Malik Willis. Because if you let him go in there and let him go out there and play like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, I think his career is not going to go the way that it's planned. But if you set a plan for Malik Willis and coach him up, I prefer him not to start his first year. I truly believe that. Let him sit behind a good veteran quarterback, like a guy in that picture behind Joe. I know I make fun of Jimmy G a whole lot, but you can learn a little bit from Jimmy G. If you can play like Jimmy G and don't make some of those dumb passes and hit the passes when they're wide open, Jimmy G will be an elite quarterback. Because that game against San Francisco should never been that close if he hits Brandon Ayuk, because he put an absolute monster move on Trey Diggs. And as I told you about Trey Diggs, I told you when that playoff started, it was going to be different.
Yeah, he can
But
cover one-on-one.
yeah.
Well, I knew that
And
already.
Brock, yeah, but Brock Purdy, look out for him, man. Brock Purdy, there's always that one quarterback every so years, about 4 or 5 years, that you get in like the 4th or 5th round or like the 3rd round. It turns out to be pretty damn good. I know Lou doesn't like Dak Prescott a lot, but
let me ask you something, Pat.
Yeah.
How come you ain't trying to coach a little Pop Warner team or
Who, me?
a high school team? Yeah.
For one, I don't have the resume, and there's not many little league teams where I stay out here in Louisiana, but I've always thought about that too, Lou. Like real talk. Like if I had a group of kids around 10, 11, 12, 13, I would come up with plays for them and let them go out, and I would coach the hell out of them and try to teach them a little bit about life. I know I'm not that old. I'm only 34, but I've been through some things, and I know I know a little bit, man. And that would bring me joy, like honestly, to see those kids go out there and fight for each other and get victories.
Right.
That would be dope as hell.
I did that for years with a 10-year-old team. 9, 10, and 11.
10, 11, 12, 13-year-old, because those kids right there, they're right there. They're soaking up the most information, and their lives can go either way. Because after 13, 14, you start going into high school, you experience a lot in high school, depending on the schools that you go to. I know I experienced a whole lot in high school, a lot of the stuff I wasn't supposed to. I'm gonna be real.
So I'm with you. I don't want a QB this year.
Me either. But yeah, Lou, I've always thought about that, bro. Like seriously.
Yeah, it's fun. You like it. It's hard work and patience. I've done it, but it's fun.
Right.
You'll bust your ass in the summer. You will bust your ass during training camp all of August trying to teach these kids how to just get down in the stands on the line. Just those little things alone. Not to move a split second early because it'll be a flag in the game. But when the games come around, man, the games are so fun and passionate that it makes all the hard work worth it.
because there's no money involved or anything. It's just kids going out there playing to be the best they can be.
Yeah.
I think that's the last level of pureness to the game.
And when your team, like I had a team with my stepson, I made him a running back. When I had a team, then they gave me most of the team were brand new kids that never played tackle before. Okay, they came over from the flag leagues. It's a whole different planet. And all I did was work on
That's what I said
Well,
in my last video,
high
Jaguar.
formation.
We are not
Whole
that
summer.
far away. If we fix this O-line, okay, and we get an edge rusher and a good middle linebacker, we're good. I'm telling you, we are not that far away. If we get a good offensive line in this draft, and we got a head coach that knows a bit about some football, okay, there should be no reason why we can't turn it around in a year. It's not like we need 3 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 3 running backs. We have a lot of foundational pieces in place. We need a good head coach, an offensive line that could freaking block worth their weight in salt, okay? And damn, I mean, shit.
Well, let's not forget the 49ers situation here with what he's talking about. Now, the 49ers had the year before, all right, they were a decent team, but they just didn't have, I think that was Alex Smith was there, correct? Then they traded for Jimmy Garoppolo, who got hurt, and then they just went down the tubes that year, which is why they had the 3rd pick or whatever it was, and then they drafted Bosa. All right, then Jimmy Garoppolo came back the following year, and that's when they took off. It's because Garoppolo played that year, but the year before, Garoppolo was hurt. So when you say they turned it around in 1 year, it was actually 3 or 4.
That's what a lot of people seem to miss out on, the stuff that happens before that one guy.
Right. Think
Same
about
thing.
the draft Bosa was involved in, because that was the year Garoppolo went out early in the year with a knee injury.
Lou, scroll up to the comments by John 7, because he makes a real good point right there. Naming you all the defensive players that this assistant GM Schoen has gone after, and it shows that he would probably go after a defensive end here somewhere in the first 2 rounds, second round.
Everybody clowned us for picking AJ Espinoza. That turned out to be pretty good. I said that Rosu his best fit would be the Bills, and they got him. Mario Addison is good. Jerry Hughes, Boogie Basham. Yeah. That's dope, man. All those guys are picks, man.
This guy that we might be getting, I think, is the real deal.
Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs
let's
up
just
button.
be honest. This guy is proven to be probably much better than Gettleman's been the last few years. So
I think Gettleman
obviously
turned it in, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you love the guy.
For me, fellas.
No, I agree with you. He turned it in. He must have gave up somewhere in the last 2 years. So who knows what's going on inside that building, but whatever. I mean, I remember Pat. I was also really big on Russo. A lot of people were trashing him, saying that he doesn't belong in the first round. I don't know what the hell people were talking about, man. I was looking at people like nuts.
They were talking about his arms weren't long enough and all this dumb shit.
Yeah,
I just didn't like how he sat out. He only had 1 year of college. That was my thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the people on the news who saying that his arms might be too short.
I just didn't like he only had 1 year. If he played that second year and did that, okay, then I would have definitely jumped in on it. But we've all seen guys that get 1 year of college and then they're gone. They're done. They just didn't have it.
Russo is a player that you do not draft if you want him to be your premier pass rusher. I'll say that and I'll say it again. He is not a premier pass rusher. If you would have drafted him and you wanted him to be your number 1 edge rusher, he would have failed. I truly believe that. But when he went to the Bills, I was like, that's the best place he can go to because there's already pass rushers there. And with his talent, and you add his talent to those other guys' talents, you can have a very good defensive line.
He like
He's
Ryan
not a
Poles.
premier pass rusher.
Know what you meant. He said I read
Poles
that
and
Ryan
Brian
Poles
Flores.
likes Brian Flores
Okay,
as a head coach.
so let's go over that situation there. You bring in Ryan Poles, who
No, he
probably
said he
my favorite.
read that Poles likes Brian Flores.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just giving a scenario. Say if that does happen. Say if we get Ryan Poles and he brings in Brian Flores.
Thank you for the
How-
17. Go ahead, click that subscribe button for me.
How do you think that would turn out? Do you think that would be a good combination of head coach GM with Ryan Poles and Brian Flores? Ryan Poles comes from an offensive background. The Chiefs are more about offense. They know how to get offensive talent. Brian Flores is a defensive head coach. Do you think Brian Flores can make this defense work like Patrick Graham did or better? And do you think Ryan Poles will be able to bring in the offensive players to get this offense tuned up? Because he's going to have to hire a very good offensive coordinator. I don't think Brian Flores is an offensive guy at all, like at all. Period. I think he's pure defense. So who do you think we can get as an offensive coordinator if we do get a Brian Flores to make this offense float? Because I believe Ryan Poles can bring in the offensive pieces, but they need a general of that offense.
Thank you, Steven. Or Steve.
Do you think that's a good combination? Do you think Brian Flores would be the best head coach that we can get?
There's your answer, Pat.
Let's speak about Brian Flores a little bit. What can happen if we get him as a head coach? Do you think that this offense could turn around in any shape or form if Brian Flores is the head coach?
No, I don't think he's an offensive minded man. I agree with you on that. I honestly would. That's not who I want. Like, I want Harbaugh. I know that's not probably gonna happen neither. But my dream scenario would be Harbaugh.
That's the only thing I have about Brian Flores. I think he's a great leader of men, but this offense is already in shambles. Who do we get at offense? Because we're going to have to hire a great offensive mind if we get Flores as head coach. Because I don't think that guy gives a damn about offense. And he doesn't have to if he has an offensive coordinator as a good general that knows what he's doing.
All right, so Poles is the GM. I think if Poles is the GM, Bieniemy will be our head coach. Well, I don't want another unproven head coach. Even though I like Eric Bieniemy, he's never been a head coach, and I don't want another project here. I do not. I want a proven head coach, a proven program builder, some guy getting his first head coach shot. I don't want that, regardless of how much I like them. Don't want that. I need a proven head coach. And I'm rooting for Eric Bieniemy to get a head coach job somewhere because I think he could be a good head coach.
Be right back.
I don't want another project here with the bad taste that I've gotten from Shermer, McAdoo, and Judge. I don't want it. We've had 3 new coaches that's never coached before in a row, and look how that shit has turned out for us. Sorry. I want a proven program builder that has done it before at the NFL level and has won something.
That's a good point, Jeff. If we get Sheen, Dabo's never been a head coach either. That's probably the guy that we're going to get if we get Sheen. But it's a little bit different in the situations that we brought in McAdoo and Sherman, because we brought in McAdoo and Sherman without bringing in a GM with them. And Dabo and Sheen have worked together for multiple years. Coach. So they know each other's ins and outs.
Coach Dante in the house.
You think Brian Flores can bring in what?
Right now, I would like the Buffalo guys. As you guys know, I'm very high on them. I don't know. I just see them as a fit. Like they just fit here. It just looks like something good. I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm
they fit
excited
together,
about it.
man.
You know,
They do fit together. I wouldn't be mad at that
Dabo's
either,
good, right,
man.
Pat?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be mad because they know each other, they work together, and so you know whatever plan that comes in, they're gonna be working together on that plan.
Hell no, I don't want no Doug Peterson. Shit. Fuck no, I don't want Doug Peterson. Hell no.
But what if we get Brian Dabo as the head coach? What do you think he brings? I would like to hear that from you guys. What do you think he brings? If we get Brian Dabo as the head coach, what do you think he brings to this organization? I mean, Lou, if that's cool. Miz, you can go first if you want to, and just give me a couple of things that you feel that combination would bring to the organization.
Well, I mean, we're not going to state the obvious, so I'll just say it real quick first. We like what they've done in Buffalo, so you got a sample. It's not even a small sample, it's a real sample. And I think from what I hear, listen, got it, Shane or Sean. I won't realize how to say his name the right way eventually, but this guy,
Me too.
It's Shane. It's Shane.
I've heard it said different ways, man. So this
Right.
guy he's a really highly regarded scout, which is something we need badly here. And you assume he's going to put in his scouting team. Our scouting team's been a disaster, so we're looking for like a fresh air, And I don't think the guy is a moron. You come to an interview for the Giants, you want to become the general manager of the New York Football Giants. You made it your business to know exactly what's wrong here. And I'm pretty sure he knows the O-line's a disaster.
Oh yeah.
So I think he's coming in to fix this, and it starts right here in this draft. And Dabo's seems like he's got old school with some new school in him. And man, Pat, you probably could say more about the guy than me, but it looks like he knows how to put together an offensive system. Now, yes, they have Josh Allen and the kid's special. I get it. Well, you got to go out and get your own guy over here. You got to see if it's Daniel Jones. If it's not, you're going to have to go out and get your own guy. Which I was going to ask you a question before about that, Pat, but we moved on already. But some people on the YouTubes, are pushing Malik Willis very strongly. And what would you think about that? And would you wait to see if he falls to the early second round, or would you package up something to go back into the 20s and grab him?
This is how I would approach that situation. So if we get Sean, you said it's Sheen or Sean or Shane?
Shane.
Say if we get Shane and Dabo, just to go on Shane and Dabo, I think Dabo will be a little bit different than a Pat Sherman and McAdoo because he's actually coming with a new GM and they've actually worked together. So, like I said, all the decisions that will be made, that those two guys will be talking it out amongst themselves because they've worked together for like the past 4 years over there in Buffalo. And they've changed it around. They have an impressive resume as well. They changed their shit around over there in Buffalo. You got to give them that credit. You got to give them that.
Yeah.
They changed it completely around over there.
They have a winning culture, that's for sure.
Yeah, Buffalo is no longer the joke of the AFC East with the Jets. They've turned into the best team in the AFC East the past couple of years. So you got to give them that credit. Joe Shane says, "Thank you, man." Hit that like and subscribe button, Joe Shane.
And by the way, guys, it is pronounced Shone.
Showing?
Not
Sean?
Shane, Shone. Joe Shone.
Okay, well, I don't know.
However.
If he gets a job, he'll let us know.
Right. Right.
But I think Brian Dabo would be a little bit different than a Pat Sherman and McAdoo. They come into a better situation, and he would come into a situation where he's accord with his GM because they've worked together already. Now, as far as Malik Willis, I would be a little bit disappointed if we wasted the 5 or the number 7 pick on him. I would be a little bit disappointed. But if Brian Dabo sees something in this kid, I have to go with it. I'm a Giants fan, so I have to go with it. But I hope they have a great plan for Malik Willis. Because if you're going to throw that kid out there and tell him go be an all-pro or whatever you want him to be, I think that's the major mistake. I think you have to have a certain system and a damn good system for Malik Willis. He has a cannon of an arm. He's very athletic, but his accuracy can be very off at times. And he did not play well against top competition.
And you need
I
an
know a lot of
offensive
people
line that can roll with the quarterback with the style of play that he had. And our offensive line is not it. Sorry.
I
go
know.
ahead, Pat.
I know a lot of people like the poo-poo small school quarterbacks. A lot of small school quarterbacks have come from smaller schools. Steve McNair comes to my Alcorn State. He was an absolute beast. But when he played against top-tier teams, he looked bad. Not he just didn't have he didn't have a good game. He looked bad against those teams, and that worries me. Because when you come to the NFL, everybody's like a Ole Miss or Alabama. That's all you face in the NFL. Even the worst teams can get you shook out here. You can go out there against the Lions, and if you don't know what you're doing out there at quarterback, you can be shook.
Yogi.
You said we could say the same thing about Ryan and Eric. Yeah, same thing about Ryan Poles and Eric Bieniemy. They've worked together for the past 4 or 5 years, and they've been good together. But
Hey,
Malik
Joe
Willis,
Shorten, go ahead and click that subscribe button, Mr. Shane.
yes, he did have very bad accuracy issues in his first 2 years. So I think he's a project. I really do think he's a project, and I just with the way if our offensive line was half decent, I wouldn't mind. I'm not going to lie to you. But I think the offensive line has got to be the main priority for whatever head coach and GM come in here. I think the offensive line has to be the main priority because it's the biggest glaring weakness this team has. And I think if you fix that major weakness, a lot of the other parts of the team can elevate themselves. If your quarterback has more time in the pocket, your receivers have more time to get into their routes. You see what I'm saying? Your running back has more lanes to run through. He can work with an offensive line in front of him. If you get that offensive line from not being the absolute shit of the league, I think that even with the talent that we have here now, we can be a decent team. If that offensive line is, say, middle of the road, 15, 16, shit, I would take 20. I would take the 20th ranked offensive line right now. Shit, that's better than 35 out of 32 teams.
Good God.
Everybody in the media, everybody in NFL, this is coming from former players, this is coming from people who've played the game, said that is one of the worst offensive lines they have ever seen.
Right.
So if we could get the offensive line to play half decent, what if Kadarius Toney has more time to work on his routes and things?
No fact.
What if Daniel Jones has more time?
No, yeah, I've been preaching this shit for a minute. I'm like, look, we don't need to go get a QB right now. We don't need to trade Saquon right now. What we need to do is build an offensive freaking line, see what we have in Daniel Jones, utilize our picks wisely, trade back a few spots with our second number 1 pick. Nothing drastic, not out of the top 15, just trade back a few spots, get another first-round pick for next year, and build an O-line around Daniel Jones and Barkley and Booker. If we make a run for it, then good. We add to the depth in our team next year in the draft. If he falls on his face, then we have the capital we need to go up and get a quarterback next draft. Right now is not the time to make that move. I've been preaching that shit for a minute. We might have something if we fix his offensive line. This team could be totally different with an offensive line that works.
If they get a quarterback with one of those first 2 first-round picks, to me that says that they want to start fresh with their own guy. and they believe they can find some offensive linemen in the third, fourth, or fifth rounds that could come in here and play well. And I'm not gonna lie to you, some of those guys in the third, fourth, or fifth round may be better than the guys that we got out there now. Maybe. But I want two studs on this offense. I want two guys to pair with Andrew Thomas where all three of those guys are playing for the Giants for more than 6 to 7 years. Maybe retire together. Maybe if we could get that. I want stud offensive linemen on this team. So I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm telling you there's no way the Giants get a quarterback with the number 5 pick. I'm telling you there's a high chance it could be. Because if Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll want their own guy, they're going to get their guy, folks.
Right.
Plain and simple. And I'm just going to have to trust that these guys are scouted very well because I think I'm a decent scout, but these guys have been doing this way longer than I have, and they've been doing it at a professional level. So you have to trust these guys to say, hey, look, they must know they can get some mid-round picks at linemen and be good. You know, so, but that could very well happen, guys. You may see Kenny Pickett because that's the main guy. If he falls to if he falls to number 5 and we're right there and you hear reports after this GM and head coach get hired, because you will hear a report that if they want their guy, that's going to come out. And guess what? If Kenny Pickett's there at 5, guess what? I think Kenny Pickett will be a Giant if they say they want their guy.
Man, listen, Pat, you're going to hear about the Giants wanting a quarterback this whole season. I'm going to tell you why. Because they're going to want these other teams to jump up in front of them, grab a couple of quarterbacks so that somebody falls to us. Whether that's Ojabo, whether that's Neal, whether that's, whatever. The Texans pick number 3 is up for sale right now. Right now, it's come out.
If anybody jumps up that high, they're going up to get either Hutchinson fell to number 3 or they won't. And if Hutchinson falls to number 3, I think they stay there and take him. Right. I'll be honest with you. So that's telling me if the number 3 pick is up for sale, they don't like any of the quarterback coming out.
Right.
And they are afraid that the number 1 pick will be Aiden Hutchinson. So any team that goes up to number 3, that means they're looking for a quarterback, and that helps us out.
Hey, we have a question from Steve. He's in there somewhere, but he asked the question that if you feel Harbaugh could be a Chicago Bear.
Hey,
then we got another question from Madison right now. First answer that.
I really appreciate it. It would really help me out.
What's going on, Madison? Thank you for tuning in. She says, would you guys trade the 5th and 7th for Watson? Is that it? Is that it? If it's just the 5th and the 7th for Watson, Joe, you got to think about that now. Is that it? Because I still got my first round the next year. I still got a boatload of picks after those first 2 picks.
But those picks, you're going to take the chance on them disappearing, man, because Watson's not going to be able to play for a year or 2. We discussed that.
Yeah, I know, but say everything's clear that he's good to play.
Oh, if everything's cleared, you're going to bring him in for those 2 picks. If that's it, he would definitely be a Giant.
Picks in a heartbeat.
He would definitely be a Giant if he clears everything and Goodell says you're good to play and these groups on the outside don't pressure the press and the Giants into doing something, or Goodell pressuring him into doing something. If he can play for the next 10 years or whatever it is and there's no more of this horse shit, yeah, I'm doing that.
Because I think that's a steal. Just the 5th. I mean, our two first rounders this year.
Right.
Now, I will say our 2nd and 3rd and 4th round is going to have to be linemen.
Yeah.
It's going to be straight linemen. You got to put somebody out there in front of him. And I think he can work with Saquon Barkley, Galladay, and Tony. I think he can work with those guys. You get him a tight end, I think he can work with those guys.
Right. But that's it, too. Remember, we need more than just a lineman. We only have 1 tight end. We're going to need another running back. We're going to need an inside linebacker. We need an edge rusher, and we need 3 or 4 offensive linemen. Well, there's just more to it. How are you going to fill all those holes with $40 million in cap space? That's our problem.
Yeah, I'm not giving up both of those top picks for anybody. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, man, if they were able, if it was realistic, which I don't even think it's realistic, that they were even talking to Watson or were going to in the next week or two, I will work out a 1 this year, 1 next year, a 3, maybe Bradbury, but I'm not giving up. We have to keep at least that number 7 pick. We have to get a key offensive lineman. We have to. But that's why this new GM is going to be exciting and interesting because we're going to see what they're going to do. We don't know.
This has been
Like we sit around here when we had Gettleman, and we kind of could have an idea. We could kind of get it down, narrow it down to like 1 or 2 things because we kind of would have a clue. But with this new regime, that's what's great. I think that's what a lot of fans are excited about. You know, so
once that GM and head coach is in place and they start talking, because you know they got to do their press conference, we will be breaking that down on Giants Interactions for sure.
Well, Jeffrey, if Aiden Hutchinson's there at 5, are you still going to go 2 offensive linemen?
I'm bringing in Hutchinson and offering the best offensive line.
I'm going Hutchinson too, but Jeffrey's like, you guys.
You're right, Joe. Actually, what we're seeing in that list right there, if we go by that list we just read before, and we do end up with Joe Schoen, he's going to grab the Hutchinson. You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
You know, most likely, it seems like that's what they do. That's what he does.
Hey.
So
I'll say this: what if Hutchinson falls to 5 and Ojabo's there at 7? Do we get both of them?
that's crazy.
What if Hutchinson's at 3 and we trade with the Texans because they want Hutchinson that bad?
And
We
give
take
them
our
the
5
number
pick.
5 pick and give them like a
future
a future second and probably
maybe
a third round pick too.
It wouldn't cost that much.
Go up and get Hutchinson.
Yeah, if Hutchinson's on the board at 3, maybe the Giants swing a deal with the Texans, go up and get him, jump the Jets.
And we still had a number 7 pick for sure, but we probably have to give up a second rounder next year and a third rounder this year.
All right.
Offensive lineman.
It might cost us, swapping picks, give the 2nd this year, the 2nd the following year, or maybe a 4th and a 5th the following year.
Hutchinson and Jabo. I want linemen.
No.
Offensive linemen.
If we get Hutchinson or Jabo, though,
we get good edge rushers in the 2nd round. We need linemen. We need to build a great wall of China in MetLife Stadium. Fuck that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be mad at that, bro.
I would.
Hutchinson, and
I'd
Ojabo.
be pissed off.
I agree.
I'd be pissed off than the motherfucker.
Listen.
I watched 3 games with Hutchinson.
You're building a champion. You're starting to build a championship defense right there.
Listen, I'll tell you what. If we get Jim Harbaugh here and he gets Ojabo and Hutchinson, dude, I am shouting from the goddamn mountaintop. Hallelujah. I'll be singing hymns with Pat all goddamn day and night long. That'll be a 48-hour stream. If we get Harbaugh, Hutchinson, and Ojabo, bro, come on.
You got the 2 defensive ends like that.
With the rest of the picks, I got to get at least 3 offensive linemen with the rest of those.
Oh, hell yeah. But Jesus Christ, man, what a front 4.
Oh,
Williams, Hutchinson, and
Yeah.
We get back to the old days, Lou.
Right.
And you still got Azeez. And I'm sorry, I know you guys don't agree with me, but I think I still think Dexter's gonna be here. I still think Dexter's gonna be here.
I forgot about Dex.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You put Hutchinson or Ojabo on the edge, you're gonna have to double team one of them. Dexter Lawrence and Williams better be crashing that middle hard.
I agree. That would be a great defense, right? But we had a decent defense, and we couldn't win because we couldn't score more than 3 points. We need an offensive line. And our best opportunity is to get them in the first round, and we can get some good edge rushers in the second round. But we
There's
need
no
our
there-
offensive line.
Oh,
We need our offensive line to be solid.
I agree,
We
but
have a
that
foundation for our defense. We don't even have a squared off area for our offense, let alone a foundation. We
Well,
ain't
they can
even
get the
left
pieces
out the.
outside of the
We
first round.
we haven't
They can
even
get the
graded
pieces.
the land to pour concrete
you're you,
for our foundation of offense.
What if we
listen.
get some? What if we get some free agent offensive line?
That's what I was just going to bring up. What if we get 3 offensive linemen in free agency that are halfway decent? We got
Yeah,
Thomas. We got 3 other offensive linemen. We take an offensive lineman with the second. We
What
take an offensive lineman with the
what
third.
did you just tell me?
Listen, I look. I
You
am
build your
completely
team through what?
look.
You
I'm not
build
going to
your
lie.
team through
I'm not going to
what?
lie. If Harbaugh is here with Hutchinson and Ojabo, I'm putting the offensive line. I'm going to say, you know what? Second round free agent. If that do- that if that if that
No, I agree
couldn't
with
come to
that. Those two
fruition,
type of guys, you got it.
I would take Hutchinson and an offensive lineman. Okay, if Hutchinson's on the board, I'm definitely taking him first. All right, there's no questions about that. I've been on that boat since the beginning. If he drops to us, you better
And
damn well
six.
take him.
And the 6th, Jeffrey. Chiefs
And
got
if
2 linemen in free agency and 1 in the 3rd. Remember, they also got a beast in the 6th round.
so, Rick's on that Karloftis. I'll tell you what.
Could be done.
I'll tell you.
Hutchinson and Karlaftis.
Hutchinson and him, yeah. With Harbaugh?
Shit.
With Harbaugh? You tell me the NFC East quarterbacks aren't going to be crapping their pants.
Joe,
Dak Prescott going to be like, what the
Hey.
hell is this crap?
I'm glad that came up because Harbaugh came in and he could get both those boys on his team. He takes them from young men to college to grown men to the
And then
NFL.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Hutchinson, Ojabo.
Look, I understand.
Williams,
I understand
and
Lou's passion and Mrs. passion for the O-line, but if we can get 3 free agents and get an O-lineman in the second, get an O-lineman in the third, grab another one in the fourth, look,
Could be done.
look, I'm not going to complain about that draft. If we go O-lineman, linebacker, I'm not going to complain. If we go offensive lineman, we go Karloftis because he's the best guy available there, and O-lineman in the second, I'm not going to complain. But if we go like safety corner at 5 and 7, I'm going to go through the roof. We go through a wide receiver, I'm going to go through the roof. If we don't adjust some of these positions that we desperately need, that's inside linebacker, that's offensive line, and that's edge help. We have nobody to get to the quarterback.
All right, you want to see Lou get real mad?
Yeah.
What if we go Hutchinson 5, Ojabo 7?
I ain't fucking with you, Pat.
Let's
Oh,
just hit, Lou,
I
just
see
hear
where
me
he's
out.
going.
Just hear me out. Number 5, Hutchinson, some miracle falls to us, or we trade up to number 3 and don't have to give up our second first-round pick. So Hutchinson at 3, Ojabo falls to 7. We grab Ojabo at 7. Then with that second-round pick, what if Christian Harris from Alabama and Nakobe Dean from Georgia is right there?
Oh,
Second
look
round
at
pick.
Lou. Look at Lou.
So time out. So you don't even want to trade back from number 7 to possibly 10 or 12 and get some draft capital for next year.
You
in case
can do
Daniel
that.
Jones sucks. We have an insurance policy.
You can do that.
QB.
So, okay, say if we trade back to number 12 or 13 on Jabo, some mysteriously is still there at number 12 because I don't think he's going out the top 10, especially if he has a great combine.
Right.
But say if he's there at number 12 and we grab him at number 12 and we picked up an extra second-round pick and it's a lower second-round pick, but that first second-round pick, which would be high, which would be
36. It would be number 36.
Yeah. Say if we took Nakobe Dean or Christian Harris is there. So you mean to tell me that you wouldn't like Hutchinson, Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Ojabo, Christian Harris in that that five-man front right there?
No, I
That
never said
changes
that.
the whole
I never
defense.
said
Period.
that. It does. But what does it do for our offense? Because that's what's
Remember,
been
we said. Remember, we got patience.
who,
I know this is not going to be rebuilt in 1 year.
Wait, who has that?
I have patience.
I ain't never met him. Don't know him.
I'll introduce you.
Shit.
Hey,
Right.
listen, my guardian angels came and visited you, damn it. Didn't you get a good night's sleep that night?
When?
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's not.
When you got the
I
good
mean,
night's sleep the other night.
we're not gonna fix everything in one draft, so I know
Right,
everybody moves that
right.
way.
Right.
But listen,
Yeah.
listen to me. You get your number one middle linebacker, and let's just say that my boy Martinez is back. Let's say they restructure his deal to save about $8 million on the cap and push his money back. Let's say you got Blake Martinez, Christian Harris, Aiden Hutchinson, Ojabo, Leonard Williams, and Dexter Lawrence. That is vicious.
Right.
We can hold some teams to 0 points.
Right.
And maybe you,
teams to 3 points for a whole 3 quarters.
Listen.
Pat, and maybe you bring back Martinez,
no,
restructure
defense.
his deal.
Defenses
Yeah,
bring
that's what I just said.
championships all day, and I know this. I'm a Giants fan because we've always been known for an outstanding defense, right? That's why it's so embarrassing to see our teams get blown out by 20 points, 15 points, 30 points. Like that shit is heartbreaking, right? Because we've been known to be a defensive team.
Now
So
listen.
I get it, but at the same time, in the
You gotta
modern
let him finish,
NFL, in order to sell tickets, put asses in seats, and get primetime games, you got to have the flashy offensive plays too. And you can't get none of that shit done without an offensive line. And you
But-
all know I'm right.
You're forgetting one thing, Lou. We're going to get a comp pick for Evan Ingram. We're going to get a comp pick for Hernandez.
I don't know none of this. I've been missing.
Listen,
I've been gone.
listen. Next year, okay, when free agent hits,
Is
how
Evan
much
Ingram gone?
Evan Ingram, but it's going to matter how much his contract is.
No, I'm saying, do y'all know something I don't know? 'Cause
Yeah,
I've
he's
been paying
gone because
attention.
last year was his 5th year.
Mhm.
We have to sign him to keep him.
Okay.
Yo,
He's
Rick is
outta here.
funny.
Yeah. So Evan Ingram, when he goes to another team, his contract price is going to be very interesting for us. Lorenzo Carter, when he goes to another team, his contract is going to be very interesting for us.
Rick is a
Zimenez is another guy. Hernandez is another guy. Okay, these are guys that we drafted, and if they go into free agency and they get a big bag, we get a comp pick for each one of those guys. We could get 4 third-round picks next year for each one of
Don't be
those.
a sugar nut.
So we already
Yeah.
have future capital. We have
Yeah,
future capital coming.
Nah, I
So you
understand.
get a bag of jelly beans for Hernandez, not a
Yeah,
comp
well,
pick.
you know what? Somebody's going to sign him.
We have the 36th pick, the 46th, the 47th pick, and I think the 58th pick in the draft.
Mhm.
So we have an early second, an early third. An early second,
2 threes.
and a mid second, and then 58. Is that third? That's third,
Yeah.
early third, right?
No,
So, we can
that's
still.
late second. That's late second.
I'll tell you what picks we have.
So we have 3 second-round picks.
No, we have
One.
1 second round pick.
You got 2 threes and 2 fours, right?
I think we only got 1 4 because we traded one of our 4s somewhere.
Oh, last year to move up and get Robinson, right?
Mm-hmm.
We gave one away to
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Look, you got 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. Make it simple.
That's it. Yeah, we got 5 picks in the first 2 rounds, and if we
3
trade, if we trade
All right,
that,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
If we trade that pick number 7 back to like 10, 11, from 7 to 10 or 11, that ensures that we get a first round pick next year. So if Daniel Jones ain't who we need him to be, we can go get our quarterback next season. Or we can build a foundation by fixing this offensive line and getting the edge rushers. I'm not opposed to getting great edge rushers. I just think that the offensive line is more of a need, a pressing need right now. That I would get the offensive lineman first and then get the edge rusher to add to the decent defense that we have because we have a trash offense. So I would try to fix the trash and then add to the decentness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
that's
just,
just me.
I just, you probably think about it a little bit. You probably, I know you ain't gonna go off your stance. That's not you. But
Oh, stata
way-
sit
the-
sistunado.
Jeff.
But that defense right there, bro, that is special shit. That shit that can last your defense for years and years. Hutchinson, Leo, Dexter, Ojabo, Harris, Martinez, Adoree Jackson, Xavier McKinney. You get rid of Bradbury's contract. You save $13 million on Bradbury's contract, and you bring yourself a decent offensive lineman here. Because remember, Brandon Sheriff, yeah, he's probably gonna command about 18 to 19 to 20 million a year. But that first year, you can always make that contract only worth about $8 million. And the stuff keeps going up. The salary cap is gonna keep going up. Man, dude, I'm telling. If they get free agent offensive linemen, especially if Jim Harbaugh's here, I can definitely see him doing that. I promise you, I can see him doing that. That is elite. That is elite almost from the very beginning. What a 3-4 that would be. You know how vicious that 3-4 would be? Because now in the 3-4, I could put Ellerson Smith or Ojulari at the other edge on the other side of Williams and put Dexter at the nose tackle. Or I could put Hutchinson on the other end of Leo Williams, and let Ojabo and Ojulari go off the edge. Can you imagine Hutchinson going against guards? Leo going, you can't double team Leo and Hutchinson in the inside. Who you gonna block? Miz, man, hold on. Let me go tell you. Talk to me, man. I'm telling you, that is vicious.
Yeah,
Imagine your 3-4 with Ojabo on one edge, Ojulari on one edge, Leo at one end in the inside, Hutchinson on the other end on one side, and Dexter
We
Lawrence
have
up
three
the middle.
twos. We have 3 twos.
No, we only have 1 second round pick.
One.
Yeah, that's a dominant in front 7. There's no way around it. We already have a
We got
decent secondary.
2
so.
firsts, 1 second, 2 thirds, 2 fourths.
That's a dominant secondary, and you could get
That
away with
is
this
dominant,
line
bro.
just adding 2. If you could
That
find
is
one
dominant.
free agent, if you could find one free agent on the O-line and draft one in the middle rounds, you'll be okay.
Your third
For
round
1
picks
year.
is 67 through 79.
Yeah, those
Jehovah
are the 2
Joel.
third round picks.
Yeah.
No.
Pat, I got a question for you, Pat. You're sitting at 7 or whatever, trade back to 10, whatever, just say, and your defensive end is there for Michigan, right? But so is Lindenbaum, Pat. So is Lindenbaum. Oh, you got a tough
That's
decision
tough.
to make.
That's tough right there. Because it just depends on what I was able to get in free agent. I'm not gonna lie to you. That idea that just came in my head, that's an elite defense, bro. Where are you running?
Yeah.
Hey, Reed, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't.
And to
listen,
tell you the truth,
don't
if we're
blaspheme
talking
like that
about-
in my channel, bro. For real. Don't do that in my comment section, bro. Keep that. You know what I'm saying? Some of us don't play with our beliefs.
Think Think about
I
that,
got
bro.
I gotta jump out of here because I get up real early, Pat. But I'm gonna throw this in and then I'm gonna watch a little before I fall asleep. But if we're going with the GM from Buffalo, I think the way you're thinking with this whole let's stack up this big time defense is probably the way he's gonna go right here with the first draft. I just have a
Think
feeling.
about it. How vicious is that 3-4 defense when you got Ojabo on one side, Ojulari on the other, Leo at one end, Hutchinson at one end, and Dex at the nose tackle. Then you got Martinez at one linebacker, Christian Harris at the other linebacker. That front seven is absolutely monstrous.
And you keep the guy from the Steelers that we got also as a guy to sub in and out.
Yeah, Roche.
Yep.
And Emerson Smith is still
All
there.
right. According to
See what?
draft picks that we have, according to PFF, we have 2 firsts, a second, 2 thirds, a fourth, 2 fifths, a sixth, and a seventh.
Yeah, so we got 2 firsts, 2 thirds,
Giants
2 fifths.
traded their first round pick in exchange for Baltimore Ravens guard Ben Bredesen and a 5th round pick. So we gave them our 4th, took their 5th when we got Bredesen.
Fuck.
That lost the 2nd, 4th. That 4th turned into a 5th.
It's fine. It's no big deal.
Right.
You can use those 2 fifths and move back into the 4th if you
Yeah,
find a
but
guard or
what
something.
I'm asking is, what about our pick 36
Exactly.
and pick 47?
Pick 36 is the number 2. We don't have the 47th pick. We got the 67th pick.
Yeah.
We got
Right.
5, 7, 36, 67, 80, 109, 145, 170, and 182. So we got 2 firsts, 2 thirds, 2 fifths, a
Well,
second,
a
a
second.
fourth, and a 7th. And a 6th, I mean. We got 2 firsts, 1 second, 2 thirds, 1 fourth, 2 fifths, 1 sixth, 1 7th.
Right.
And if you want to go back into the late first or in the mid 20s, maybe you could pair up the 2 and 1 of your 3s. If you wanted to go back into the late
Yes.
first for someone you really wanted, like an offensive lineman.
That's true too.
Yes. Yes, you could if you want.
You could pair that second and give up a third and a fourth if you wanted to.
And
I really need to go smoke a cigarette.
And let's
That's
not
about 3
forget the
minutes.
Giants. The year before, McKinney fell to us. Last year, Ojulari fell to us. One of those guys is going to fall into the 2nd.
Yeah, what if one of the top tackles falls?
Somebody's going to fall into the 2nd.
Oh, there will
Joe,
be one.
right.
Somebody will be there.
Joe, even if one of those offensive linemen fall to the 2nd, with that idea, I'm still taking Christian Harris.
I'm
telling you, bro.
telling you that
Did
that
you see
just
the
hit
article
my
I sent
mind
you
like a
last
ton
night?
of bricks, man.
Listen to the front 7. I'm telling you.
I know.
Ojulari
I
at one
know.
edge, Ojabo at one edge, Hutchinson at one end, Leo at one end, Dex at the nose tackle, Martinez at one linebacker, Christian Harris at the other middle linebacker. Who's running against that front 7?
Not only that, your ends can cover. Your ends can get out there and break up them screen, the flat,
Right.
the wide receiver. These guys got speed, man. We've seen Hutchinson. He is fast. He's got game speed. He's not 40 speed, straight line fast. He's got game speed. That's a difference. That's why I think
Ojabo's a monster against the run. Ojulari played the run well last year.
Hutchinson
is
definitely.
a beast. Leo, beast. Dex, who you double teaming?
Right,
Who
right.
you double teaming? Oh man, Ojabo was having a damn good game. We got double team him. Well, guess what? Leo's 1-on-1.
Right.
Ojulari's 1-on-1.
You're right,
wanna
Jeffrey.
double
Roche
team?
is great depth right now. Great depth.
Ellerson Smith and Roche is depth.
Yes.
Hell
Does
yeah.
that remind you guys of a powerful our defensive front line that we had when we took on the 18-0 Patriots?
Where are you going with that front seven I just named? Where are you
Right.
going?
Austin Johnson.
No, I sent you. I know you saw. I sent you an article today where 3 different scouts take Harris over Dean.
Right.
Yeah. Even if it was N'Kobe Dean, where are you running?
Right. And Dean's fast enough. He can cover the tight ends over the middle.
Right.
Guys, I'll be listening, man. I'm gonna pop off, go chill, have a little, go to sleep. All right, guys.
All right,
All
Miz.
right,
Thank
man.
you.
I had fun. All right, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we still got Raymond Johnson.
Look,
Where are you going?
Look, I get the offensive line, but what we just described, if that's feasible,
Oh my God.
LTFO.
I don't pass on that. I don't pass. I can't.
Jeff,
Because I know for one thing. With that front seven right there, I can stop anybody.
and then you got McKinney in the back. You got a Dory
Right.
Jackson over there on
Right.
one corner.
You got Aaron Robinson on the other corner. I'm
Right.
getting rid of Bradbury and I'm bringing in an offensive line, a top one.
Right.
Because y'all's contracts, even if the best right tackle out there is demanding $22 million a year, we
Right.
see that first year you can make that $22 million a year only $8 million.
Right.
I can
Right.
sign 2 offensive linemen with that $13 million.
Right. A right guy, a right tackle, right guard.
And let's say we get a good training staff in here and people aren't getting hurt left and right. If I could put a half decent offensive line in front of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley with Tony and Galladay, I might have something.
Right. Because you know
If
that
my
defense is
offense
going to
could
ball.
if my offense could give me a solid 17 to 20 points a game,
Yup.
forget that. If my offense could just give me points when that defense puts them in great field position,
Yup.
and that defense just keeps hammering you and hammering you and hammering. You remember the 49ers defense had the Cowboys only at 7 points.
Right. Right. Hey, Tim, welcome.
What's
Never
going on,
late.
Tim? Who is wanting to mess with that?
Who
Man, I'm
wants
finna
to
go
play us?
crazy. Who wants
wants-
any part of that front seven? Where are
With
you
a
running?
secondary as solid as we're going to have.
Right. Our secondary is already solid.
Right.
Where are you running? That is a Super Bowl winning defense from rookies.
Yeah. And you're going to have the cap room in a few years to retain all those guys.
Right. Because
That cap
I
is
think
going
the cap is
up.
The cap is going to be around $300 million in about 3 years, 4 years. So by the time they're up from those their rookie years, and you got 5th-year options on your 2 first-round picks.
Right. And we're not expected to turn this team over in 1 year. And if we brought those rookies in, expect mistakes. We're not saying that we're going to be a contender for a play, but we're going to have one hell of a defense. We're going to have an offense where we're going to be able to judge Barkley. We're going to be able to judge Daniel Jones. We're going to see what the wide receiver core really is. We're going to be able to see what Kadarius Toney is. We're going to see what this offense is. And then the following draft and free agency, you bring in the pieces for that offense.
Right.
That defense is seasoned.
Man, I'm
That
telling you,
defense
Joe.
is ready.
I'm telling you.
In 2 years, we could be a definite playoff contender.
And very scary because of 2 years of experience with that defense. McKinney's in his 3rd year now. Man, because you can't just throw it quick because McKinney is a ball hole.
Right.
He's a ball hole. Adoree Jackson them got enough speed to stay with somebody just running a quick fly, and you trying to
Right.
get rid of the ball because we're getting in there so fast.
Right. And you got
That
guys
front
that
seven
can
is
catch.
amazing.
You got guys that can catch these Hurts quarterbacks, and you can catch Dak, and you can catch whoever Washington's going to get because you know they're going for a quarterback. Who the hell is going to want to play us?
And we're in the NFC East, people. That defense alone can almost win us the NFC East. Who
Dude,
wants any part of that? Who wants any part of that? Who wants any part of that?
listen,
bro?
if we could put an offense together where our running game is getting 120 yards a game, if we can average 120 yards a game and put up 20, 22, 24 points a game with that defense, but we're winning.
And the
We're
thing is,
winning.
we're getting a new offensive mind in here. That helps out the offense by itself, having a brand new offense. What if Dabo was the coach? But Jim Harbaugh, what if Jim Harbaugh was the coach? He knows how to run an offense.
Yeah, he
Believe
does.
me, he does. He's done it for the past 10 years.
He did it with Andrew Luck, one of the best college quarterbacks and one of the best NFL quarterbacks. Look what he did for that man going to the Colts. He created a monster, a legend, should have been a legend. Should have 3 rings by now. Went to San Francisco, created that team. He had such continuity with that team that when they fired him, the players left. Went to Michigan. Michigan hadn't beat Ohio State in years. He beat Michigan, beat Ohio State. Did what he was sent there to do.
Look at the way he turned Smith's career around. Smith was an absolute bust before he got there.
You guys could say that the Bears are interested in Harbaugh and the Raiders are interested in Harbaugh, and this is true. But what city has more money out of the 3? New York, Chicago, and the Raiders, which is more big business? Now Las Vegas does have the casino money. Okay. But as far as worldwide, as far as, you got to go with New York because New York's where the money is. New York has the largest population. When you go to Vegas, that's all visitor money. New York City is homegrown money. And I've had people tell me this before, and I'm going to use this as a point, and I'm going to kind of roll a little bit here. If Jim Harbaugh comes to New York City, built a defense like that, okay, and then the following year fixes the offense completely because he brings in enough to get it operational this year with a damn good offensive coordinator, he ain't going to have to worry about the bag that Mara has to pay him. He ain't got to worry.
Right.
This man is the coach for the Giants 10, 15 years. He gets us a ring or 2. He's going to sit back on TV and go, yep, I did my part. And he's going to kick back and he's going to do what all these other guys do. They're going to break down. He's going to be in a nice warm building, wear a nice suit, talk football. He's not going to have to work 52 weeks a year.
Do you know if that man came here and brought a defense like that and we won a couple of Super Bowls, do you know that man will literally have to not do anything in New York ever again?
Let's take a poll here. If Jim Harbaugh built that defense, how many of y'all in here would buy tickets to go watch that? I would. If Jim Harbaugh put what Pat just described as a defense next year,
my goodness.
Would you guys buy tickets to go to a game?
If we find a way to trade up to number 3 with the Texans, get Hutchinson, if he's there, take Ojabo at number 7. With that second round pick, some miracle Christian Harris is still there for some reason.
Or what's his name?
Or Nakobe Dean. One of them is going to be there.
Right.
One of them is going to be there. Do you understand the ramifications of that front 7? Gee, who wants to play that? Who wants to play that in New York in the cold? When it's windy outside, if you ain't got a strong arm like Eli and them had,
right?
Who wants to play that? You think ain't. San Francisco's defense is good.
I got Pat. I got the chat. We got everybody excited. This is great to see. I love this. I love this. What a scenario.
Holy crap. I just thought about it when you said Jim Harbaugh, he gets his guy out of Michigan. I just thought, well,
Yeah.
Ojabo was there as number 7. Those are both his boys. What if they just take the approach, hey, look, we're going to get what we can in free agency to make this offense decent. We're going to have a healthy season, and we're going to put a decent offensive line in front of this kid to see what he can do.
We got to come out with a video here, like right after this, Pat.
Oh, my God.
We got to do
tomorrow.
No, tonight, man. We got to get this out. You and me have got to get this out. Your channel, I don't care. We have got to get this out.
What a front seven that would. You can't tell me that won't be one of the best front sevens in the league.
Don't leave Lou out. No, I want Lou here, but poor Lou, it's midnight. He's got young kids, and I wish to God he could stay up. We're definitely gonna shout out his channel if he can't make it.
Oh my God.
Where is Lou?
He probably want to go put his son to sleep.
Yeah, he might be with his son feeding.
But think about that offense, that defensive front.
And not only that, look at the money that we're going to have. And you're absolutely right, Pat. We could get a starting right tackle with that money cutting Bradbury.
You get the best one out there because he's going to ask for $22 million a year probably.
Yeah,
that's what we signed Leo, and his cap hit this year was only $8 million. He got $23 million a year.
Right.
So $13 million. Guess what? That brings $8 million. That could get you the best right tackle out there, or the
not
best
to
guard.
mention the Nate Solder money, restructuring Martinez.
Right.
Hell, maybe we can restructure Adoree Jackson's. Maybe push that back 1 year too. If we're going to have tons of cap room in 2023, maybe transfer 10, 20 million of that into 2023 to get some linemen in here, because if they go with that kind of a draft, because if you go offensive linemen in the third, the 2/3, the fourth, all right, those are developmental.
Right.
Harbaugh knows how to develop these guys.
Yes, he does.
There's your depth. There's your depth.
Because you restructure Martinez's deal, you save $9 million if you cut him. So if you restructure, you're probably going to still save around a good $8 to $7 million there.
That's exactly where I was thinking too.
Bradbury's
$7.5
$13 million. That's $20 million. The punter, that's $3 million. That's $23 million.
Yep. Solder's 14.
Yeah, Solder, you're still going to get about 14 from him.
No, wait a minute.
No. Solder, you don't get anything.
Right? Yeah, they updated
I don't know how that works with him. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Leo, you can restructure his deal too.
Shep,
you get $5 million off Shep.
Right.
Ooh.
They're going to have to restructure, re-sign, finagle some of these deals, but I got to feel, Pat, that might be the fucking, with Harbaugh, I could see that.
Can you imagine that defense with Harbaugh?
That defense would be phenomenal. It would be great.
Lou, would you go buy tickets for that? If we built that defense, would that put you in the seat?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. G Nation.
Well, it was the Giant Cave. Because this is all of our channel right here. This is
Galladay restructured. Lou. Good point, Jeffrey. Good point. Back him up.
Lou.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that front seven, bro?
And shout out to ISO.
What's going on, ISO?
Yeah.
Shout out to ISO. I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, we would not forget you, Lou. Trust me.
Ojulari at one edge, Ojabo at one edge, Hutchinson at one end, Williams at one end, Sexy Dexy at nose tackle. Martinez back at middle linebacker. Christian Harris and Kobe
Good
Dean
point.
at the other linebacker.
Maybe they put Martinez on a prove-it deal.
That might, yeah.
Good point.
Who wants to go against that front seven?
Nobody.
Do you know the gaps Martinez and Christian Harris and Kobe Dean can hit with those guys? Who you
Right.
double teaming?
Right.
You have literally 1, 2, 3 legit guys that you may have to double team on that team.
Well, you just brought back the MC Hammer days, did you? Too legit.
Too legit, man. Oh my God.
You can't look, bro. And with Harbaugh coaching them, man, we play
Right.
the NFC East.
Right.
Dak Prescott don't want no part of that.
Yeah, I guarantee you Hurts is going to have nightmares.
Hurts don't want no part of that because you can't just run on that team. Everybody's
Right.
fast enough to grab you, and everybody's going to be disciplined enough to stop you from doing whatever you do. So now you got to throw.
Jason, that's why I said I broke the news. The Texans want to trade the 3rd pick. Maybe the Giants have a deal with the Texans at 3rd. If Hutchinson's there, we might be offering him a package. Go up and get him. I can see Harbaugh doing that. That's his guy. And he's good enough to go up and get.
Yeah, that is his guy. He do play for Michigan.
Both of them do.
Yeah.
Ojabo and Hutchinson.
Or even the Purdue guy.
Carla.
But here's,
Karloftis at 7.
but
I'll
here's
take
the
either
thing.
of them.
here's the thing you guys are forgetting. The New York Giant fan base is a schizophrenic fan base. Okay? If he does that and he builds that phenomenal defense and we still somehow don't make the playoffs because our offense is that trash, you know what the fan base is gonna say to Harbaugh? Get him out of here, fire him, fuck him, he's trash. I can hear Adam now.
But here's the thing, Pat. Before this draft hits, we're going to have free agency. So if we've already signed 3 offensive linemen in free agency, you know that's what they're going to be looking at.
You're not lying. If they sign 3 free agents in free agency,
offensive linemen.
Yeah.
I gotta take a smoke on this one, man. That's a damn good deal, man. Hey, Lou, I love you, but I'll be down if they pass up on that.
Right, I'm gonna be pissed
because that's legit. That's legit.
Right.
There's no worries about that. You know that front 7 right there is legit. There's no getting past that. You got a blue chip prospect on almost every last spot on that front 7.
Right.
And the ones that are not blue chip are very good. Ojulari Martinez and Dexter Lawrence. You got 5 stars and 3 4-stars along that. Man, please. Nobody in that NFC East wants any part of that. Where are you running? Who are you going to go at when you run the ball?
Hutchinson never gets past 4. That's what Jason Solo says.
Hey, yeah, we got to make that video after this, Joe.
Yes, we do. This is gonna be fire.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Yeah, Lou, I wasn't sure with your work schedule. You weren't here, so I couldn't speak for you. But I would love to make the 3 of us make that video. I think that's gonna go off. I'm just look, Lou. I'm with you, and I've been with you on that offensive line. I have.
No, I get it. But if they do what you guys just said, I mean, shit, we can.
Still I get it.
Because in the 3rd round, Thayer Munford probably still be there. Zion Nelson will still be there.
Yes.
So we can still get good guys. I just wanted to get the guys that we already have all seen on games, and we all see that they're hog mollies. But I mean, these other guys are good too, And if you build that defensive front, just a decent offensive line will do. Because if we can score 14, 21 points a game, and our opponent can't score more than 7, or 10.
Right. Right. Look, I mean, man, with everything that's going on with Mara right now, Mara's hitting a home run right now with this GM search. I think a lot of fans are on board with all the prospects,
The people
right?
there that he's interviewing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say the next step is free agency.
I've got to get a fucking chair. I'm sorry. This
No problem. No, yeah. It's definitely worth the money. But okay, now free agency hits. Okay. And we all know that Giants fans are worried about the offensive line. But if the coach goes out and the GM and they sign 3 offensive linemen, and let's say one of them's a starting right tackle, quality right tackle, okay? Do you think that adds to Mara's favor or disfavor?
No, I mean if they see him trying to fix the offensive line right now, of course it's gonna
Okay, so
make him look good.
so now Mara has started to turn the Giants fan base back in his favor, right?
Okay.
So let's say that the draft night hits. All right, we know how the rumors fly, and all of a sudden that 3rd round comes down to the Texans. And all of a sudden trade flashes across the screen because Hutchinson's there. And the Giants go from 5 to 3 and grab Hutchinson. But we keep our 7. And we keep our 2nd. Okay? Hutchinson's off the board to the New York Giants, but we keep our 7. You think that fan base is not going to go wild because we pulled 3 offensive linemen in free agency that we know are probably going to be the starters. And then all of a sudden we hit 7 and it's Karlaftis or Ojabo. Do you think that this fan base isn't going to go ballistic? Because what's this fan base known for? What's the Giants known for?
Defense. That's what I said a little while ago.
Now, look, I understand we're missing out on Linderbaum. We might miss out on Neal. We might miss out on Ikea Mekwanu. We might miss out on another guy, okay? But like you said, Lou, there's still quality in that 3rd and 4th round.
Yeah,
and if this
draft
Buffalo guy,
this draft just happens to be stacked with offensive linemen and
right, and if it's that Buffalo guy and the fans have confidence in him, knowing that he has drafted good offensive linemen in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, I think that's going to be real easy to digest. And I think the fan base on the 1st round after draft night, you're going to see Twitter explode. And I think that Mara is 50% there on getting the fan base back. Just off of the 1st round. And then let's say 2nd round, we do go linebacker. But the 1st pick in the 3rd round is an offensive lineman or an interior center, tackle, one of those positions. All right. And then maybe the 2nd, 3rd rounder might be a tight end. I'm just throwing a scenario at you how this John Mara right now has a very, very excellent opportunity to buy back this. Well, get back some of this fan base. He's not going to get back everybody. But with a draft like that, a free agency like that, filling needs, finding holes, it might not be a quarterback, but I don't think a lot of Giants fans are sold on a quarterback. So I don't think that they have to go get one this year. Because I'm starting to see on Twitter how fans are starting to roll over and wanting to see DJ go one more year.
Well, after seeing fucking the shit show that was Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm, I mean,
yeah,
they start. A lot of people don't realize what they have till it's gone. So
Jeffrey even says, he says, with that defense, I'm willing to wait to build, get the offense one more year.
Yeah.
So
if we come out here with a defense like that, right, and we win 9-10 games and we fall just short of the playoffs, at least we're not 4-13.
Exactly.
So progress.
Yeah, that's huge progress. Huge. Big time progress. That's what we want. Yeah. I think if in Mara's head, if that scenario worked out,
And
He
then
would be
everybody
ecstatic.
else will jump back on the bandwagon. And in 2023, you'll have multiplication of Giants fans.
Yes. 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 Because that just makes so much sense. It really does. If you really sit and think about it,
No, it does.
okay, we could fix the O-line,
Because
or we could
that's
start
what us as Giants fans remember is the Lawrence Taylors, the Van Pelts,
right.
the Carl Banks and the Harry Carsons,
Jerry
you know.
Reasons,
Yeah, yeah.
Peppers,
and then
Pepper
you got-
Johnson.
right, damn right, Leonard Marshall. You know, and then you had the next generation, Strahan, Tuck, Yeoman,
Jesse Armstead,
Jesse Armstead, Matthias Kiwanuka,
Kiwanuka,
Kavika
yes.
Mitchell, Antonio Pierce. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
this is historically when we're at our best is when we have a stout, strong defense.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah. That would be a great move. Only thing is, will they listen to us? Will our video go viral enough to make some noise for somebody to see it, hear it, and start listening?
And man, this one might. It all depends on the title. If we put up there like New York Giants better draft defense, people are going to be like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Right? Right? Because everybody's Jeffrey, what do you think about that? You know, guys in the group, if we were to title a video that said New York Giants better draft a defense, would you guys like be like, what the hell are these? Would you click on that and go, what the hell are these? Who the hell are these nut jobs? What the hell are they saying? Draft defense. Oh my God, I can't wait to watch this video and argue with them. Cornelius Griffin, Keith Hamilton. Yes. Did you guys all click on a video if you saw some nut jobs that said the New York Giants better draft a defense?
It all ties in together. It's got to be a thumbnail that makes them look at it.
Yeah,
It's gotta
it
be
does.
the title.
Yes.
Because it's got to be, yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey says, I would say, what the hell are they thinking? But watch the video and see why. Yeah, it makes you click on it, right?
Yeah, clickbait.
Right.
I'm going to go grab my food off the table.
Yeah, definitely eat. I do.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I got home from New York and then had to shovel snow all day.
Yeah, I've been shoveling. I got a plow on the way, but that's not doing me any good now. Oh my God, I can't wait for Pat to come back, folks. I'm not going to lie, because Pat goes on his smoke break after something like this. He's going to come back with something. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what Pat's going to come back with. Something and start swaying that. They might, Jeffrey. I mean, did we sway you guys just sitting here talking about this stuff? No? How did you guys think we were nuts when I first brought that up? I was like, Harbaugh, he drafts Hutchinson and Ojabo. You guys, I'm sure you guys are thinking, Joel, you've lost it. Yeah. I wish I could get on this combo. This is seriously getting me so excited. Yeah, I did with you. You still want O-line, but exactly. It is hard to pass up, isn't it, Jeff? That reminds us of the 1990, late 80s, when we had the best defense, the best offensive lineman we can get with our first two picks. Oh, what if we get one of the best guards in free agency and one of the best right tackles in free agency? Now, Harbaugh will want Hutchinson, Ojabo, and if he's the Giants head coach, he will want his guys. Yeah, that's it. You're bringing in a coach. He's going to bring in his guys. And not only that, if you guys think about it, Harbaugh's still in college. He knows what recruits to look at. He's played against these guys. He already has these guys scouted. Harbaugh already has these offensive line guys scouted. Every team he's played, he knows what lineman is a strength and a weakness. It's already there. This is just like the perfect storm to rebuild this team in this scenario. If you're getting 4 turnovers a game,
Right.
that's better than a lineman that can, only give up 1 or 2 sacks a game. We'll come out back to talk about this idea. Got a name I want to throw by you for this video. Tell me what you think. New York Giants have to draft defensive players.
Yeah.
You think people aren't going to click on that? Because what's everyone talking about? Offense. And we come out here as nut jobs and say you have to draft defensive players. They'd be like,
Must draft.
yes. Yes. How exciting is it if Hutchinson picks up a fumble, runs that in for a touchdown with that defense, or Ojabo, or Leonard Williams, or
See, but
Dexter?
that scenario only works if Harbaugh comes here.
It does, yes. Well, I don't know. It all depends on who Buffalo, if it is Sheehan, whatever his name is, and he gets his head coach, the offensive coordinator, who's the defensive coordinator on that list? You will get defensive. That's going to be the key. Who's our defensive coordinator? Could be Frazier. It could be. God, I ain't gonna be able to sleep now for a couple of hours. We had to talk about this, didn't we?
And we're still live, probably giving people away
Right.
all the ideas.
Right. That's all right.
But
We got a timestamp. We thought of it. We're gonna bring something to the Giants community that.
is that a Diet Coke? Is that a Diet Coke?
The best stuff on earth.
Horrible.
Oh, no. Just for the taste of it.
Just for the taste of it.
That's right.
Diet Coke.
I have nice, my commercials involve nice, cuddly polar bears that on Christmas like to go sledding.
Oh, Santa Tipex are coming. Santa Tipex are coming.
Pat's got them gears grinding,
He's
baby.
brainstorming over there. Yeah, he's making.
Yeah, he is
thumbnails.
too.
He's making thumbnails. He's over there.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to. Oh man.
Yeah, Jeff talking about Pat. What you thinking? He's creating. He ain't thinking. He's over there cutting and pasting, photoshopping.
Yep.
Look at his
Getting
glasses.
oh,
You can see what's happening on his glasses.
I know. Yeah, he's getting OBS ready.
Just remember, you heard it here first.
That's right. Man, my Harbaugh video's got 71 views already.
Shit, that mock draft, the last one he did 4 days ago, got 1,000 views a day.
Right. I saw that.
Can you guess what the next mock draft is going to be?
4.0.
Yeah. After this video drops, I know exactly what the mock draft is going to be. You ain't got to kid me. I know exactly what's going to happen.
Well, hold on, damn it.
Oh.
I was about to do my mock draft. Now you gotta fuck me all up.
Oh man.
I'm still gonna fix the offensive line. Well, because I can't just go do it. I'm not Logan. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, get me to April. I just want free agency. I'm not gonna lie. Because then we're gonna know who our GM, our coaches, our staff. That's gonna be the biggest breaking news here. Shout out to the 13 still watching, man. We appreciate everybody.
I know y'all get like 30, 29. I get like 13, 18. So it's all
We'll
right.
get you.
I get them on my boxing.
Right. Leather to the face. We had leather to the face in that game the other night. Old
Yeah,
Aaron
we did.
Darnold was just doink.
Aaron Donald's knocking some people out.
Oh,
Oh, did they get into a fight?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I missed it. I didn't even watch Dallas lose.
Oh, that game was hilarious. When I say Jimmy G, give it to him. That shit was funny as hell. I
Oh,
was like,
Did
I
y'all
told
call that?
everybody.
Did y'all call it?
Yeah, we called that game. And when I say that game was absolutely glorious, everybody was talking like that.
now you guys could say that Jimmy Garoppolo, might have choked a little bit in that game, but
And
I'm
he
going to
did.
say Jimmy Garoppolo caused the most pain he could to Cowboys fans. I'm not going to lie. I think he did that shit on purpose, because he knew, like Stephen A. Smith says, they're going to choke. So he's like, I'll just give him the ball, give him a little bit of hope, and then they'll screw it up. And sure enough, he gave the ball. They screwed it up. What's up, Coach?
Well, that's what they known for doing though.
Right.
He ain't lying. Tony Romo, Dak Prescott, don't matter who's back there.
Oh, man. The Dallas fans were pissed at
Yeah, I
Romo.
know. I saw a TikTok. Dallas ain't shit.
Yeah, he couldn't win a goddamn game when he was with us, and he's talking up there in that booth how every moment's the most important moment, and then let's go to the next morning, and he'll say this is an important moment. They gotta, and then that one failed, and he's like, oh, this is an important moment. Yeah, shut up, Romo.
Cuomo.
Yeah, moron.
Nice promo.
I hate listening. I people say he's a great commentator. I can't stand him. I can't listen to him.
Romo?
Yeah, I cannot listen to him.
He's just trying to copy Madden.
Joe Buck, I don't listen to his ass either. Saw a guy throw a mug at a flat screen TV and started stomping around on it. Dude, one guy got so mad he had like 30 guests in his house. He grabbed his flat screen, smashed the shit out of it. His wife grabbed the kids, said, we're going to a hotel for a week, and left. And then his guests were all trying to like walk out the door, and one of his guests worked in child protective services. So now he's got to go to anger management classes.
Oh man.
Yep.
That's why I watch football by myself and I don't call the Giants game.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna be like that much longer, Lou. It ain't gonna be much longer. You saw that one too, Jeffrey? Yep, he did too.
He said Cowboys pulled the Cowboys again.
Yeah. Being a fan of that, I mean, hell, the fans were throwing garbage at their own team. What the hell?
And then Dak Prescott that said good.
Right.
He know he a backup quarterback.
I am so glad that Jimmy Jones gave him all that money. I am so glad. I am thankful.
Gave Dak all that money?
Yes. And Ezekiel Elliott. And Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
$300 million.
Hey, the boys work their ass off for it though. Even though they ain't win, that ain't no easy shit.
Right.
Going out there hurt, suiting up, taking punishment,
Oh.
playing injured.
Who the hell was it? Somebody said Jerry Jones built a house for losers.
Oh shit, that new stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like
They
even in the
lost their
jail,
opener to us. They lost their
even
big-
in the jail, the holding cells in Dallas Stadium below everything, there's even a TV in the jail so you can watch the game.
Gee.
There's like a TV everywhere in that stadium. You can't walk without watching the game. Dallas is screwed with the cap. And
Well,
fans want Mike McCarthy fired. I've been waiting for that news. Mike Mayock got fired from the Raiders. I saw that one coming.
Yeah, I saw that one coming too.
Yep.
Y'all know why, right? Let me shut up.
Yeah, we're not going to get into conspiracies and political, Lou. We're not allowed, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I know. Behave.
Oh,
Dallas is screwed with the cap. Yeah. Their run on the top will be over soon. They ain't on the top.
they have 26 free agents. Oh, my God.
Who the Cowboys
Yeah.
do?
Man, well, I know their one tight end's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, he's gonna get re-signed. They'll
I'm
find
sure.
some way, but they're gonna have to release
Jokes.
a couple of those linemen.
Right.
Maybe that would be the free agency lineman that we target.
No. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Some of those guys are old. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
I had to eat. Shit, I was hungry.
That's all right. How was your paella?
Been traveling all damn day. How'd you know what I was eating? How the fuck you know what I was eating though, for real?
It's all right here.
With you, Joe. Joe's a fucking Wiccan.
What?
Joe's a fucking Wiccan. He's a
I
warlock.
do it. I'm telling you, I see shit, man. Now, did anybody else see his food on stream?
No, nobody.
I
My
did-
camera's been off.
Exactly. I'm telling you, man, I'm spooky. Am I stepping into the twilight zone?
I'll tell you what he's spooky. all right?
Places zooming out.
I'll tell you why he's spooky. You drink that bullshit.
About bullshit.
Need to get with the real team right here. This is the real team right here.
Oh no.
You know why? I got the right one, baby. Uh-huh.
No, you don't.
Oh man.
Listen,
Yeah,
I got Santa Claus on my side.
I'm about to end this stream. Oh, Satan Claus? Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, Van Der Esch definitely be gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, Dak Prescott had to issue an
Apologize.
apology.
Yeah, he had to
He
issue the
issued an apology.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little duffer.
Good shit, Jeff. Good shit.
So, I mean, yeah, if you want to end the stream, that's all right with me.
I was gonna wait another 1 minute and 53 seconds so it can be
Oh.
even 3. Go ahead, plug your channels. Make sure you subscribe to Classified 3F with Joe.
Thank you.
And make sure you go subscribe Big Pat Sports Talk. Who's gonna talk his talk no matter what you thought. You know what I'm saying? We do the Leather to the Face podcast. We call the games together. We do the Giant Cave together. Me and Pat do the True Big Blue podcast together. I'm hoping to get in on some of these cooking videos with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're gonna keep it moving for y'all. Keep popping. But subscribe to my channel, damn it. That shit, I'm never gonna forget that shit when they said that shit. I died. But no, guys, thank you for being here with us for real.
Oh,
Been 13 consistently. Well, damn.
man, that idea with that defense, holy shit. Yeah. Dude. We're gonna throw some turmoil in here into Giants YouTube.
Well, I'm about turned into Laverne and Shirley right now.
That hey,
We're
hang
gonna
on.
make it.
That's right.
Get set and go,
And go
now.
now.
About to blitz
Got a
and run
dream and
show
we
now.
just know now. We're gonna make that dream come
And on that
true.
note, everybody just
Doing it our way. There's nothing we won't try. Never heard the word impossible this time.
thank you guys for being with us.
The show of my childhood, man. Laverne and
Oh,
Shirley.
yeah, hell yeah, that was